This episode brought to you by. Tell them who it's brought to you by, Rock.
Yeah, I don't know, Mick. I was thinking maybe we get Apollo to do this. I don't
No,
know.
God damn it. Tell them.
I guess it's gonna be like with the Lipton iced. Is it ice?
But the goddamn iced tea again, Rock. Come on, Rock. Get up, Rocky. Get up, you son of a bitch.
I'll stand up, I guess, because the camera get me as somebody's cutting my head off.
Jesus, Rock.
Hey, everybody, we're watching Rocky, and you're listening to Miscast Commentary.
You're listening to Miscast Commentary, where two guys have seen way too many movies and have way too much time on their hands.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
Now here's your hosts, Joe Finley and Todd Murray.
Hey, everybody, welcome to Miscast Commentary. I'm Joe Finley.
I'm Todd Tebow the Sailor Murray.
And we are thrilled to have you with us today.
Yes, we are. Get me out of the house. Oh, Lord.
And we got a fun one for you. We have... Oh, Todd's choking to death, I think.
On my own excitement.
There it is. Yeah, we got a fun one for you today. We are doing Rocky. We have clips from the unheard clips from our Michelle Shaughnessy interview that we'll be hearing through this. And also, as of tonight, if you go to miscastcommentary.com, you'll be able to hear the whole uncut interview exclusively there. It will not be available anywhere else unless, like, I don't know, the Nerdist pays us millions. Millions.
It's already, I sold them for a half a sandwich. Sorry about
Son of a bitch.
Sorry about that.
Do you have the crust left?
I do.
Sweet. I get leftover
We'll
spit
start from the
cheese.
end like in Lady and the Tramp and work our way towards the middle.
I'm not splitting the crust with you when you've already eaten the meat of the sandwich. God damn it. This guy.
Bastard, eh? She's funny. I like that girl.
Oh, no, she's fantastic.
Yeah.
Make sure to go check out her latest album, Botoxic. It is available everywhere, Spotify, all those good places. So go check that out, and just check out her Twitter, too. Follow her at Michelle's Funny, all one word. Obviously, no apostrophe, because that's not how Twitter works.
Oh.
Right?
Well, somebody might not know. It's good you said that.
I know, right? Could you imagine? I'm going to put an apostrophe in there. What?
You fucking lied to me.
There's no
I can't
apostrophe.
find anything.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure you find something, but...
Always porn. If you spell something
Absolutely.
wrong by one letter, it is porn.
That's exactly what comes up.
All right, let us get this bad boy started. I was so trying to not say exactly those words because that's always what I say. But here we go because I'm a victim of my own
Pressing
monotony.
play.
Pressing play now.
Now.
All right. The
I'm always
MGM.
trying to look up boo-boo-yaki online,
Yeah.
and it just goes to the dirtiest things.
Oh, really, eh?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I don't know what...
It rhymes with bukkake.
Oh, okay. I thought you were knowing something that I just had, didn't have wrapped
I'm
my
always
head around.
looking up, like, glass blowing, like blowjobs, and I'm like, the
Yes.
fuck is this dirty shit? I'm trying
Yeah.
to look up an art form here.
I'm trying to apply for this job as a glass
What the
blower.
oh my god, here we go. ROCKY. I can hear my
Cracky.
own breathing. This fucking headphone is so good.
Yeah, Todd's listening with my good Sennheisers. I should buy another set of those. And just
He's
have
trying
them.
to say that he is Jesus.
No,
He's like
just
the newest Jesus on the block.
yeah, and he's holding a button. Oh, so right off the
Oh,
bat,
yeah, here they are in some sweaty old basement. This is like me and you.
yeah. Oh God, this was us. If there was a ring, we'd still be there. We wouldn't. I would have never met Carrie.
I have not seen this movie in years and years. I've seen 2, 3, 4, 5, 9, Creed.
Yes.
I've seen all those millions of times. The one with the Russian guy, but like I have not seen this one.
This one does fall through the cracks. I think it's just because you know it, and it is what it is, right? And it's good. It's a fantastic movie. But
Did he
yeah.
win Best Movie?
It won Best Picture. He was nominated for Best Actor. It won Best Screenplay. He was not. Burt Ward was nominated for Best Supporting Actor. Burgess Meredith was nominated for Best Supporting Actor.
Girl Burgess,
Talia Shire. I think Burgess Meredith won actually, and then Talia Shire was nominated for Best Supporting Actress. Like everybody got nominated.
What a movie, eh? Who'd have thought Stallone? But you know, Stallone. I give all the credit in the world to Stallone. I think he's one of the smartest. People in Hollywood. as he's always got something on the go. He's always being talked about. He's always got a movie being made. He was so good at, you know, Creed and keeping his characters like relevant and
absolutely. And like when you hear somebody say they're going to be bringing something like this back, or even when he brought Rambo back, you're like, oh, here we go again. And it was like, it came back, like it wasn't as big as the original or whatever, but it came back with a relevance, and it was just like, holy shit.
Once I saw him turn that guy into like bloody confetti, I was like, oh yeah, I'm on board.
When he juiced him. So basically what happened in this movie, it's the famous story of this movie, is that Rocky Stallone sold this script. He sold it for $350,000, which was like unheard of for a guy who had never sold.
Did he write it?
Yeah, he wrote this, and he sold the script, but it was on condition that he was going to sell it. He was like, I'm only selling you this script if I get to be in the movie. Its star is Rocky, and they were like, well, if you're going to be in this movie, then you are now going to write for free, and you're going to get paid scale as an actor.
Whoa!
And because once they attached him to it, because they wanted like Burt Reynolds or Warren Beatty or somebody like that. Because that's a draw.
Nobody makes him bleed his own blood.
Right, exactly. But that was the idea, is that that was a big draw.
Oh my God, he's dead. Jesus, Rock, get off him.
But once they weren't going to get that, they cut the budget drastically. It was like the budget was just under $1 million. And so, because they couldn't afford to get a big actor now and all this, so they had to pay him considerably less. But he agreed because he's betting on himself for this, and it went really well. I actually spoke to Michelle about this, because as being a writer, what she thought about this story. So let's hear that. So you are a writer. You've written screenplays and all that.
I try.
Well, yeah, but still, I mean,
I've never made anything.
You've gotten further than I ever got. I had an idea, and then I wrote like 8 lines of it, and then I think I started going back to the office. So, But as like Sylvester Stallone's story, I think it was like the first one of its kind. Like there's the Matt Damon, Ben Affleck one later down, but is his story kind of like the dream for?
Yes. Okay. So that's what, like, I was lying on the couch in my parents' basement, watched these movies, and I was like, okay, cool. And then I was like, these are kind of fun. I got into them. And then I learned about the story. I think my parents had told me, they were like, you know, he wrote that and insisted that he was in it. I'm like, that's crazy. So I did a project on him in like my grade 10 media class. Mm-hmm. It was all about Sylvester Stallone, and I played like clips from like his movies. And that's what like really attracted me to like not just Rocky, but to like him as an artist, because I'm like, that's insane. And that is the dream. There's always like this dream in my head that I'm going to write like this thing, and someone's going to want it so bad that they have no choice but to like take me. Now, I don't know if things really work that way anymore today. I think today they would be like, get out of here. Like, we don't need good scripts anyway. Like, we can just put J-Lo in something, you know? So I don't know if it would work now, but yeah, that's definitely inspirational. And a lot of the like TV shows that I've wrote and try to sell, I'm always like, the character, her name's Michelle. And it's like, I always try to like make it so it has to be me, which could be why I've never sold anything yet. But I definitely was attracted to that story for that reason.
Yeah, so I mean, it was interesting to get to see somebody who actually writes that stuff. And it was exactly every time I see this movie and I know that story, I'm like, oh God, this must be what everybody writing a screenplay wants to happen. You know, it's like, I'm going to give you this genius work, but only if I'm the star.
Oh, it's you. I thought it was still the thing.
You have to actually.
I thought it was the friggin'.
Oh, Jesus.
I was like, is this still the thing?
I was like, literally, it went so silent, and I just looked over, and I was like, Todd was just like, just waiting. It's like, I'm just silently
sitting there waiting.
Yeah.
I love how the guy just got. Well, the clip was playing there.
Yeah.
Buddy got his face pummeled in for $17.20.
Yeah. But now, like, thinking about inflation, that's like, you know, $20.
Oh yeah, I probably got holy Jesus, it's like $40 Canadian.
Yeah,
look at the old garbage town ramblers here, eh?
And you can see the one in the Letterman jacket. There is Frank Stallone.
Oh, there he is.
Is his brother.
Frank Stallone.
Sexy Frankie Stallone. Sang later for Sylvester Stallone when he directed Staying Alive. He did the entire soundtrack for that.
Frank Stallone? Mm-hmm. That's fucking awesome.
And it's got one of the best songs in it. There he is.
I can't believe this movie like is less than $1 million. This movie cost, eh?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
a shit ton of money.
Well, I mean, the movie was written cheap. It was produced
How could
cheap.
it be written expensively?
Well, by how much it actually costs somebody to buy it, right?
Like, I used a really expensive pencil on this one.
Yeah.
This script's going to cost you double.
No, but if you get but also it's a matter of how many people are you paying to like continue to write the script? How many people are you paying to doctor the script, like doing any kind of punch up or anything like that?
Did he get anything after, like when the movie made a shit ton of money, or did the studio just keep it all after they just fucking ripped him off? Well, yeah, now that you're going to be starring in the movie, we have to pay you even less.
Well, but here's the thing though, he was a nobody, so why would they say, "Oh, you get all kinds of money"? Because
why would you get points or anything? Yeah.
He's like, it's like, oh, you want to star in this movie instead of us getting like Burt Reynolds? Oh, please let us do that. Like, please let us give you his money.
Yeah, what the fuck, right?
So the movie was directed by John G. Avildsen. He directed this one, and he didn't direct any of the other ones except 5. Stallone directed 2, 3, and 4. Then he did 5, which was arguably the worst one.
So the one with Machine Gun Morrison?
That's the one.
Oh, yeah.
And he directed the Karate Kid movies, 1, 2, and 3.
Oh.
He also directed he directed Lean on Me. They used to call me Crazy Joe, but now they call me Batman. And then he also directed the Luke Perry underdog bull riding movie 8 Seconds.
Oh my God.
Sadly, he died in 2017. Just before a documentary about him called John G. Avildsen, King of the Underdogs came out.
This guy loves a good underdog story.
He does love a good underdog story. Actually, I talked to Michelle about underdogs and all that kind of stuff, just seeing if we could dig a little bit deeper into why people love underdogs, and here's a little bit of that. It's probably a simpler answer, but I don't know, I've been trying to be deeper about it. What is it about the underdog? Like, is it just because we all see ourselves in the underdog that we...
Yes, because most people's lives are fucking awful, and we all think that we could go from zero to hero, you know?
Yeah.
So that's kind of like, that's how I think personally. I mean, I think everybody's kind of sees themselves in the underdog a little bit. And if you don't, like, that's kind of weird. But I think everybody, even if you're successful at what you do, there's probably something else that, like, you wish you could do.
Yeah. Like me, it's podcasting. One day I'll get the hang of it. So yeah, that was that. Those are all actual pictures of him growing up and stuff.
You can tell I was totally an actual Stallone. Yeah,
even like as a little kid, he's still got the droopy eye, and he's just, hey, I'm a little kid, I'm gonna learn about stuff.
So he really did gamble on himself on this one, eh? Wow, did it ever fucking pay off?
Hugely, to a point where he got to direct the next one, and apparently he was a big pain in John Avildsen's ass too, like when he was editing, because John G. Avildsen always edits his movies. He didn't edit this one, but obviously he's in the editing room, and he was just circling the thing going, oh, well, if we do this and if we do that, and he's like, forgot, like he hated that he was there. He's like, I'm the director.
Fuck out of here.
And the only thing that was good is he got to use him for free dubbing and stuff like that, because usually they'd have to call, because he's already there, and usually they have to
where you fucking like fucking Americans wear your shoes in the bed.
I know.
What the fuck is wrong with this guy?
That always threw me off. The first time I really noticed that was in Married with Children.
I know. He's an animal lover.
They bought this outfit that he's wearing, like literally just down the street from where all these scenes are shot. And we welcome Talia Shire.
Was she Tony Montana's sister in Scarface?
No, she wasn't, but she was his sister in Godfather.
Oh, okay. I was just, yeah.
Why is she the sister in Godfather? Because she's Francis Ford Coppola's sister.
Yeah.
So, this was actually apparently one of the big things to help her get herself kind of out of his shadow, because he did a lot of she did a lot of his projects and stuff like that, and she was just another Coppola to everybody. And she did this. She actually took $7,500 to do this movie.
How much?
$7,500. That's it. And she did this, and she gets nominated for an Oscar for it. And again, it's somebody betting on themselves.
That's awesome.
That's really a lot of this.
Oh, look at this guy.
This is a sad and happy story. This is Sylvester Stallone's dog.
Oh, no way.
Just prior to selling this script, he was so poor, he sold the dog for $50.
Aww.
And he was heartbroken. 3 days later, he sells the script. He buys the dog back.
Oh, that's awesome.
And then he put him in the movie as kind of like a point. But I was kind of saying, I talked to Michelle about this. You'll hear it in the whole version of the interview too. I'm like, isn't that weird? You gave him a new home and he's like now trying to get used to that. And then you come back and you just like, I'm like, isn't that somehow worse? I guess it wasn't that long, so like if it would have been months or something like that, or years, like that would have been kind of like the shittiest thing to do.
Yeah, it's only a couple days though. I'm sure you were missing them.
Yeah, that's like kenneling time, I guess.
And then who do you sell a dog to? Like who?
A Chinese food restaurant.
Yeah, like, what the fuck? Like, and they need to buy him back.
Yeah, I don't know.
The old fucking like
family.
The old Soho Resolute.
Resolute, yeah.
Soho Resolute.
So a lot of shots like this too, I guess mostly during the training though, we'll see some of them then, but a lot of shots were done without any,
oh shit.
Yeah. But a lot of the shots were done without like any permits and stuff like that, because they just couldn't afford to get them.
Is he like a bookie or something?
Yeah, he's a muscle man and stuff like that. And this is a part of this too. I was talking about this with Michelle, and just like the fact that he's written himself as this good guy, but he's a good guy who's a fucking like mob muscle man.
You gotta make your money somehow.
Yeah, so I talked to her about that, so let us hear about this now. Now, forget about Rocky just being kind of a bum fighter. He's also a friggin' mob, like, muscle man.
The loan shark muscle man guy.
Yeah. And it's just like, I don't know, everybody in this movie feels very Philly to me. I've never been there, but it's just, you see, like, when you see, like, Philly football fans and the way they act and stuff, I'm like, yeah, I could see every person from Rocky being in that in that crowd. But, like, yeah, like, to be writing a character who's, like, really that dark in so many ways. He's a bad guy, but, he's a good guy in, like, bad guy clothing.
Because remember, he's supposed to like hurt the guy, and he was like, "Oh, I'll pretend to, don't break my finger." And Rocky like gives him time, like he's supposed to go and like break this guy's fingers, and he doesn't do it. So you never actually see him doing anything that bad. So he's kind of like the muscle, but he doesn't want to be. Like he just is there for the money. Like, so it's not like you watch it and you're like, "Oh, he's a bad guy." You're like, "Oh, no. He just needs money," and he's actually, helping that guy.
Yeah, they did a lot, and I think he did a really good job of writing exactly what you just said. Is I'm not the bad guy, but he couldn't find himself, like, just with his skill set, he couldn't find himself in a nicer a nice guy situation, like employment wise, I guess it was. Although I really don't know what other jobs are available in that, for nice guy punchers.
Yeah.
All right, so I love the glasses that he puts on.
Look at his old granny glasses, eh?
Oh my god,
You're gonna tell Rocky? You're gonna tell Stallone that his glasses look like shit?
No, I'm not gonna tell anybody.
Black eye on him.
I'm not gonna judge anybody in Philly because their go-to is to fight you.
It's probably just to kill you.
Isn't it something hilarious that the smoother of the two surfaces is the one you walk on, not the one you drive on?
Look at this old, Jesus Christ.
It looks like old cobblestone.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Some old cobblestone fucking...
There's a place in Buffalo that's like that now, near a comedy club, and you drive there, and it feels like you're driving like up the side of a mountain. Apparently, in the original script, he wanted this guy to be his big brigger, and that's why he was doing it.
Oh, but Buddy was saying, like, you don't have to break my thumb. He's like, just make it look like I'll just wrap it up in a bandage or something.
If I break the guy's thumb, I can't even get laid off. Oh, hey, whoa.
Let me do the figure and rock. Oh, I would hate being some fucking, like, you only got $20 too to go, like, everybody's just ripping rock off here.
Yeah. So apparently his very first draft of this, it took him 3 days to write his first draft, and it was a much darker version. At one point, you find out that Mickey is just an old racist, like, bastard, and he's just using him and stuff like that. And Rocky throws the fight. Because he realizes that the boxing business is so shitty that he doesn't want to be a part of it, so he throws the fight.
Right.
And then, there it is. And who else was in there too? There was one version where he dies.
Whoa.
It was like it's him, like in the ambulance.
You write something and you're like, maybe you should die at the end. Maybe this will, maybe we'll get hooked on crack. And
it's weird. Well, he goes really dark with this. Now, we've talked about it during Rocky IV when Drago, he wanted Drago back for Rocky Balboa, and he was going to give him AIDS from the needles from all the steroids and all this kind of shit. Like, it's like he always goes super dark. The only person he didn't go dark with was Mr. T, who he was making like a born-again Christian or something like that. I don't need this. You send your hate mail to Todd Todd at miscastcommentary.com.
Oh, that's where it all goes anyways.
There it goes.
It just all funnels into mine.
Exactly. Because it's shorter than writing podcast.
Exactly.
No, don't tell anybody that Joe is shorter than Todd.
Oh God.
Because Joe admits.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
It's 2 E's. It's just 2 E's.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, it's a better flow.
So he was in the editing room, but he was pulling a fucking what's his name there? God damn it, he was the Hulk. He was in American History X. Why can't I think of this fucking guy's
Ed
name?
Norton.
Ed Norton. He's pulling Ed Norton.
Yeah. No, I think he was just like, because this was his baby and he got to be so involved in it. And like, he had a lot of fights with him as far as like scenes they wanted to cut. And they wanted to cut out a bunch of random scenes that he wrote, and he was insisting, like he was fighting with me. He's like, "No, you can't cut this scene; it's too important." And I think that even though he had been in movies, he did Lords of Flatbush. He was like a small role in Bananas, Woody Allen's Bananas.
That's right, I remember because he played like a thug in one of the Woody Allen movies. It was like black and white, and he was on a subway train.
Yes, and so he had done movies before, but I don't think that he was so involved that he was I just think that what he thought the business was different, but he kind of made it for himself. Like he's like, yeah, this is how it's gonna be for me.
Here we go.
Yeah, we're gonna see Mickey for the first
He's
time.
in a bad mood.
Yeah. So bye.
He gets no respect, this Mickey.
So Burgess Meredith got the role basically based on the fact that he read for it, because all the other people they were offering this, like big older actors and stuff like that, it felt so beneath them to read for this, for like a nobody, like this movie that was going to star a nobody who was written by a nobody and stuff like that. So like they offered it to Lee Strasberg,
right?
Like the super famous acting teacher, all that. He didn't want anything to do with it. Some other people got offered, and because they asked him to read for it, they're like, no, fuck this. Burgess Meredith, who was fucking super famous, he was in Batman, he was in friggin' Clash of the Titans and Twilight Zone, all sorts of shit. And he's like, yeah, I'm an actor. I'll read for it. And they took him immediately because he's fucking amazing. Still, I honestly think my favorite role of his is in Grumpy Old Men.
What's that?
I think my favorite role of his is still Grumpy Old Men.
Oh, I love him as the Riddler on Batman.
Yes,
I think
he's
that's
fantastic.
my favorite. Oh, fuck, he's so good.
He
was the penguin.
Yeah. I like. See, you knew in your head. You just said the wrong name. I'm the Riddler.
I like, because he's old school.
Yes,
he's an old school dude, and it's not beneath him to read anything. I'll bet you.
No, for sure.
He read the script. He's an actor. He's like, this is a good fucking script.
Probably.
Right, and he's like, fuck this, man.
Yeah, it's.
I thought at first when he opened up that he was just into like black chicks.
That would have been
amazing.
amazing.
He's just like cool like that. You know what I mean? He opens his locker, but he's like, "Oh, this ain't my ladies."
Yeah. Hey, yo, I'm only into blaxploitation ladies.
Fuck who? Yeah.
If you were Cleopatra Jones, I'm down with you.
Pamela Greer.
Something I was actually saying, you'll hear more about it when I talk to Michelle later about it. But I was noticing there's not a lot of female options for him in this area.
Well, just because, we only see one, he only goes hanging at one spot.
But, he walks from point A to point B, and it's like, that's it. It's like he goes between the gym and home, and then otherwise he's picked up for work where he beats people up. So, I mean, this is the only woman he sees to and from work every day.
The only woman in town. Mm-hmm. She's so painfully shy.
She's got a Velma thing about her.
Yes, she does. Very much.
The Scooby van comes and picks her up every night.
She's like the secretary, man, and she'll be wild in bed. You unleash the beast, man. He's gonna have lots of black eyes.
Hell yeah! Actually, a lot of her sheepishness was owed to the fact that she had the flu while she shot the movie. Oh. The movie was shot over 4 weeks, and she was sick pretty much the entire time. We'll see it when they finally have their first kiss. You see how she really hesitates because she didn't want to get him sick because he's the star of the movie, and those hesitations were actor hesitations, not character hesitations, and they just kept it because it worked.
I like how he just comes in and just kind of rambles. He just kind of wants to talk to her, He just wants to be there. He has anything to say.
Oh, absolutely. And he's just like
Just
dumb as a
anything. Yeah, you gotta
post.
say anything you want to. You gotta keep your foot in the door there, bud.
Yeah. Actually, let's listen to Michelle talk about Adrian now, just while we've got them here together.
Cool.
I did have that same kind of question of like, why is Rocky attracted to Adrian particularly? And my real theory, and it's not that she's even an unattractive person, but again, she's so reserved and she's so withdrawn and all that kind of stuff. But it's when you watch him in this movie, she's the only woman he comes into contact with. Yeah, she's the only woman in the entire thing, pretty much, other than that little girl who like flips him off, is the only one that he comes into contact with. So it's like his choices were
in
low.
the first movie. Yeah, for sure.
And then I also, sorry, go ahead.
I think he's not a player, and I think they make that clear by the screenplay, right? He's not like just out there trying to be with every chick. Like he wants to settle down. He wants stability, because it's clear from like his life he doesn't have that stability.
For sure. And also I think that there was a special challenge in him opening her up. Just to like, just like getting her to come out of her shell a little bit, which is ironic because he bought turtles from her. So yeah, Todd just called me out for saying opening her up.
Open her up and get her ready to come.
Yeah, and that was the second I said it, I realized that, and I was kind of like, I'm just gonna power through because like
power through. You're just making yourself worse, bro.
No, I was just gonna say it only comes off worse if I like make it seem like it's bad.
Right? Only if you draw attention to what was just said.
And that was exactly it. I'm like nobody else is thinking about this. Just I am. Just keep going.
It's like if you're talking and like a piece of food comes out of your mouth, and you're like, did anyone else notice that? Like, should I say something?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm like, it's always like, oh God, I usually do, and then it makes it worse.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm like, sorry, just shot food right at you, and then it
what? I didn't notice. Burt Ward,
is he like watching Paulie take a whiz?
No, he's fixing his hair in the mirror.
In the mirror,
in that teeny tiny corner of a mirror where I assume like that's where like Harry sees Aberforth Dumbledore. If you're down with the Harry Potter movies,
what's his problem?
He's fucking drunk and he's always doing that.
No, but does he know Adrian?
He's his brother. Or
that's
he is her brother.
She's her, right.
Yes.
Like, called his sister a loser and everything.
Yeah. Well, because it's one of those things is like they don't have any parents. She'd like normally live with the parents type thing, but they're gone. She's like, now she's my problem. It's an old it's like an old antiquated Italian thing that they're just kind of sticking
I think it's actually the other way around there, Paulie.
Yeah.
Now she's says the guy who's like combing his Hulk Hogan skullet style hair and a sliver of a mirror in the shittiest bar ever.
Speaking of Hulk Hogan, I don't think we've spoken. Said like the news came out a while ago, but I don't think we've spoken about it since it happened. You saw that Chris Hemsworth is going to play Hulk Hogan in a biopic,
yes.
And Dave Franco is playing Vanilla Ice in a biopic.
No way.
Yeah,
I think Vanilla Ice should play himself.
I know, right? Or he should at the very least like work together with Dave Franco, like stop and collaborate and listen. You know? That went over your head. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Listening? No, forget it. I wonder how much that beer cost. I went to a bar in the States semi-recently, and it was like $1.75 for 2 beers.
So, yeah, it was probably nickel beer night there.
What kind of beer is he drinking there?
Schwa.
Looks like Schlitz.
Could be.
I wish it was from Strange Brew. What was that brew called? Every movie, that should be the beer in the movie.
Oh, my God. I can't remember. We got to do that soon.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be a fun one. Oh, God. How many lines of resolution does this TV have? Like 9?
I wonder how they got Carl Weathers. You got any stories about Carl Weathers?
I don't know about how he got cast, but he was... He was definitely the right dude for it, though. He's a big athletic dude. He was a football player back in the day. Obviously, he was in, later on, Predator, Action Jackson, the TV show In the Heat of the Night, Happy Gilmore, Little Nicky Crazy Nights. He was owned by Adam Sandler for a short period of time. He was
owned, yeah.
Well, it was just
so many other actors are. Yeah,
like Nick Swardson and like Rob Schneider and everybody else. And
any movie you see on Netflix that stars any of those guys.
Yeah. It's that thing. It's like, and I don't even think they know it's happening to them. It's like, oh, I had a good time working with you. They're like, why don't you come work with me again? And it just keeps happening. And all of a sudden, you're like, oh, no, I can't do anything.
And you're owned by Adam Sandler.
Yeah, he owns my likeness.
Like, what's his name stopped for a while? Because I think he was getting pissed. Rob Schneider.
Oh, yeah.
How he was always being like the creepy guy in all the movies, and he hated it, and he was gone for a while, and then he's like, oh, I'm not making any money, so now he's back.
Yeah. You can do it. So anybody who remembers Rocky or who remembers Rocky Balboa, this girl is the mom in Rocky Balboa. is the one
she is?
Yeah,
That girl there?
It's not the same actress, but it's the same character.
Oh.
Like when he goes back to the old town or the old place and stuff like that, he comes across her and he's like, "Oh yeah, you're the girl who told me to like screw you, creepo," or whatever. And this is the girl.
No shit. How does he? Is he just talking to the strange girl? Or does he know her?
He knows her. It's the neighborhood, right? You know everybody from the neighborhood, and he's trying to be a good. He's trying to be like a big
brother.
yeah,
kind of
thing. God. Philly fucking freaks me out, man.
Is there nobody? There's like never anybody anywhere.
Well, this was back in the day when things closed. Like everything was like closed. Like everything closed at like 7 o'clock.
Everybody's at home. It's probably not the nicest neighborhood.
Yeah, it's like the bars are the only thing open past dark, pretty much, right? So, but
The bar's probably like 2 in the morning or something, right?
yeah, like I've seen so many videos. Like I mean, Philly sports fans are the fucking scariest people in the world. Like they're the ones who threw the ice ball at fucking Santa, and but like, and then you just see like these things. You see these like fights. It's just these dudes having these fucking fist fights, and they're like, "Fuck you, Philly, motherfucker." You're both from Philly, motherfucker. And he's just wailing on each other, and then they just start hugging, and then they're like sort of kissing, and it's just like it is the city of brotherly love, but only after they got drunk and fucking hammered each other and gave each other brain damage.
That's like when I was in Sturgeon Bay.
Yeah.
Every single person on a regular day has 4 things of Green Bay Packer on. When the game is on, every fucking bar is filled to the tits.
Yeah.
And it is everybody head to toe.
Yeah.
Green Bay Packer. I'm talking every fucking thing you could possibly wear.
Yeah.
If you were to stick your head into the door, yell. That's what I say to creepos all the fucking time, girl.
Yeah. It's the script said "fuck you, creepo," but they didn't want to deal with the rating.
With the rating, some little girl. Anyway, so if you stuck your head into a bar, before the statement, Green Bay Packers sucks, came out of your mouth, they would have a bottle smashed over your head and you'd be fucking dragged off into the street. I couldn't fucking believe it. They were so intense.
Oh,
I was like, it's a sports game.
Yeah, no, that's not how those areas, it's even like the high school and like when you get closer to Texas and stuff like that, it's like the high school shit. It's like so fucking intense. It's terrifying.
It should be, I want the world to now, hey, there's
it's not Delroy Lindo, don't say
No,
it.
it's not Delroy Lindo. This guy's in tons of shit.
Oh, white guy?
No, the next to Carl Weathers.
Yeah.
Him.
Yeah, he's not. He actually really isn't.
Oh, he's his corner man.
His name's Tony Burton. He plays Duke, but he doesn't have, which is really crazy because he's in all of them. Up to like
that's why, because I'm just remembering him from these.
Yeah, but he's in all of them up to 4, and then I think he's in Rocky Balboa as well.
I think he is too.
But he didn't have a name in this. And then in the second movie they call him Tony, and then every movie after that they call him Duke.
The Duke.
Yeah, the Duke. He so is perfect for this role.
Yeah, he totally is. But anyway, before I forget,
sorry, the bar.
They need to. No, that's over with.
Okay.
I want movies to be the same as sports. Like we're at a bar.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, I think Shawshank Redemption is the greatest movie of all time. You disagree? We're duking it out.
We sort of is.
Movies. We go to the movies. We come out, tear the city apart, flip cars over, light things on fire. I fucking hated how the movie ended.
That literally is happening, except people are cowardly and they do it on the internet instead of it. But like,
trash to the town.
All you have to do, like, you don't even have to finish a tweet. Just go "The Last Jedi ... and just wait for the friggin' comments to come in. The Snyder Cut ... Like, Jesus Christ.
It's a great idea, actually.
Yeah, well, that was like every time I mentioned anything about the Snyder Cut, I would get like just fucking like venom coming out of people.
I love it.
It's like, you don't know anything about. I'm like, I don't have to know anything. What I said is based on a fact.
I like seeing the videos of the coronavirus people who are I don't know if there was on Tosh or something, but
yeah, I don't know.
It was like. The lady's screaming. They're like, ma'am, you have to put a mask on.
Oh, yeah.
And this lady starts screaming because they're so stupid
that
they just don't get that the whole thing is a fake and they're stupid. Yeah. And then she starts punching them.
Yeah.
So who is the stupid one? You know, like, what?
Oh,
you're so stupid. You're so...
well,
that's so stupid you are.
Well, my favorite ones are the ones who don't want to put on a mask and then just start being racist.
Yeah.
Like the one called the girl like the N-word, and
Yeah.
she's like, say it again. And she did, and the girl came up and clubbed her in the side of the face, and then like, and she went down, and it was like a middle-aged kind of woman, and just pounded on her.
Good.
And then and they're like, stop. And it's like, no, like this is how you can learn a goddamn lesson.
exactly.
You call somebody the N-word, you're going to now deal with the consequences of what that is.
Agreed.
And then you have to decide whether or not you want to do that again next
Would you
time.
like to do it the next time? Yes.
And the answer should hopefully be no.
It will be yes.
Could you imagine if somebody's like, I could take a punch? What?
I heard she's
Oh,
retarded.
yeah, I know, eh? Take.
What a bunch of fucking assholes.
I know. You know what's really sad, though, is a lot of people took me to the zoo on my first date, so now I'm sad.
Say again, sorry?
Now I'm bummed out because a lot of people on our first date took me to the zoo.
I'd go around and kick that guy's ass.
I know. Well, that's all. Get out of here. I'm a friggin' mobster. Don't you get it? Yeah. So, yeah, it's a... Yeah,
It's true.
I'm wondering if because they gave him a different name though. But yeah, originally, like I said, he was supposed to be his big brother, and
Right.
which would have made a lot more sense. I think it actually would have worked better. I think they didn't want to deal with whatever the backlash would be if he's in like future
Right.
movies. Like all of a sudden, then Rocky, your like big hero, your champion, has like a mobster for a brother and stuff like that.
Right.
It works good as like this in a bubble. It works well because it's like, oh, okay, whatever, he's done this and he's moved on. It could have been an interesting storyline going forward, though. They could have had like his brother trying to get him to throw fights.
Right.
Like,
It could have been definitely another,
yeah.
I don't know, might have convoluted the story.
Well, convoluted it to what level? To the point where he
know,
just
right?
has a random like 80s montage that leads to a Russian fight?
Yeah, like that. Sometimes the only way you could explain things is an 80s montage.
Yeah. What was really
Does
interesting...
this have a montage? It must.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
When he
And
starts,
it's not as montagey as 3 and 4.
oh, here there are these,
but- Yeah.
who discovered America? An Italian. I like where his head's at.
Other than the people who were already here. Yeah. This is like the first thing they're trying to foreshadow a lot, that there's like a chance that that something might go wrong for him in this fight.
Where did he just find his name in this book of fighters?
Yeah, pretty
What
much.
was that?
It's the fighter Facebook.
I like Carl Weathers.
He's amazing.
Yeah, he's awesome, eh?
He's amazing. Nothing made me happier than seeing him in Arrested Development when he was like, get a stew going.
Get a stew.
What was it? He's like, yeah, I take a couple of bouillon cubes from craft services and do this. He's like, get myself a stew going. Never touch my per diem.
Oh, yeah. Get myself a stew going. He was so fucking killer in that show.
Oh man, he was amazing.
Like just
He
the
was-
cheapest motherfucker in the world. Eh?
Also, he played.
Gonna pull over to Burger King.
Yeah, he was the voice of Combat Carl in Toy Story. He was in Toy Story 4
That's
and
right.
the Toy Story
4 was awesome.
Toy Story 4 was outstanding. I won't tell you how many times I cried during it, but it was plenty. And obviously, most recently, he was in The Mandalorian, and he's fucking fantastic in that
Oh,
too.
yes. Is he smoking a joint or is that a pre-rolled cigarette?
It's probably a pre-rolled cigarette.
Fucking pre-rolls. I remember rolling for Mom.
Oh god.
Those were the good old days, man. Roll your mom up some smokes. Like, all right.
I remember like our neighbors across the hall from us had one of those like crazy machines, and they'd like make an evening of it. It was like everybody sitting around the table, like,
It's true.
let's
It
roll,
was so wicked.
let's roll like 20 pounds of smokes.
Fuck, I gotta go roll my mom some smokes now. Yeah, there goes my night.
See, my mom didn't do that, but I had to go to the store for her with a note. This was how
Wasn't that
fucked
the
up.
best?
This is how fucked up the 80s were. Okay, and probably before that too. You could just with a fucking written note just go to anywhere, any store, and just give them the note, and they just hand a fucking 6-year-old cigarettes.
Yeah, I love that
Take
shit.
take these home to mama.
Well, they
Like,
know. They know that you're not smoking them. That's not clearly not a child's handwriting.
Oh god, but it's just bananas. Like you could literally have gotten that note one time and then just kept bringing it back. Like you could just keep like, here it is. Here's my note to get smokes.
Oh yeah, get a stranger to write it, eh?
You could do
Hey,
that too.
mister, write me a note for smokes or I'll stab you in the fucking head.
There's totally, and creepos back then, it was much easier for creepos to get a hold of kids. So it was,
Polly. Fucking asshole.
oh man, yeah. Another one of my favorite roles of his, he barely has any lines in the movie, but Back to School. He's like Rodney Dangerfield's like gruff like bodyguard
that's
like security
right.
dude, and like when he's holding like the napkin dispenser and he just crushes it in his hand.
Yeah, because he's such a bad dude, eh?
Oh, he was
I was always so
amazing in that
pissed
movie.
off in like Rocky IV when he lost all their money
Yeah,
gambling or whatever.
yeah. Rocky V, Rocky V, he found out that like his money went all fucking south.
Oh my god, he's gonna throw the whole fucking turkey on the street.
Yeah.
What a fucking waste.
I know, eh?
Jesus Christ, Polly.
Oh, Polly. So Susan Sarandon actually auditioned to be Adrian, but she didn't get the role because she was too like obviously good looking. Like you couldn't do that. Like, oh, she's all mousy, and
Who?
then Susan Sarandon. So it's like even with the glasses on, you're like, yeah, you're just hot Susan Sarandon wearing glasses.
Like
It's
whenever they
you
do
can't
all
have
those
that.
teen movies, when
Yeah.
it's like she takes the glasses off, hair comes down, absolutely the most gorgeous
Yeah.
thing you've ever seen.
And that's kind of what they're trying. Like they wanted a version that was like this, and a version that was like you know, somewhat more like I don't know what the word is, like kind of out of her shell type
Right.
thing.
I'm sure he's gonna yell at her to go out. Like,
My-
go out, have fun, get the
Yeah.
fuck out of here. For
Well,
fuck's
because
sake.
she's shy.
Kick the door down and rip her goddamn clothes off.
Wouldn't that be
Rock.
the best? He
Fuck
grabs her
this.
by the scruff of the neck. He's like, "We're going out. We're gonna have a fucking time. I'm taking you to the zoo."
Drags her out by yo, just be Rocky.
That must be the worst
Rocky,
way.
you know? Yeah, she saw you there before, but it's not like she forgot.
Is that
Rock, when
Burt?
did you get here?
Now, is that Burt Ward in like a Navy outfit
Yes,
up
it
front?
is.
So he was like an old Navy dude who like kind of like fell apart after
Yeah.
the war, whatever war.
Whichever war he was in.
I'm assuming it would have been Vietnam,
I'm
but I
guessing
mean, I
the
don't.
war against diabetes.
Yes,
I don't think they even had diabetes in the 80s. They just called it's just called living the dream.
just a case of the sugars.
exactly fucking
It's still my favorite thing to say. I've said it
just
plenty,
in
but
case
it's
of the
just
sugars.
so good.
Yo, I'm still here outside the door.
Yeah.
It's been 20 minutes.
Yeah. So the
Don't make me look in the peephole. The key is right in there.
Yeah, so the producers were held to, again, because they were basically penalized for letting this guy star in the movie. They gave them the $1 million budget and said they would be personally responsible if they went over the budget. And so they actually did. They went $100,000 over budget, and they had to come up with that money themselves. So they
How
had to-
much?
100,000. So they had to mortgage their houses.
Fuck. Oh, she's ready.
Yeah,
She's got her Devo hat on.
I know.
No, she's ready to go.
It's like two googly eyes away from being a poop emoji hat.
You know Polly's gonna go out there and eat that fucking turkey right off the ground.
That would have been the.
Absolutely, like a dirty old dog in an alley.
He's like, I'm just not going to eat the part that touches the ground. That would be irregular. God.
Eat your way down towards
There's
the
a
ground.
lot of these mirror shots. John Avildsen loves these shots. I'm going to zoom in on
She's
their
good,
face.
actually,
but
in
the
this movie,
Oh,
eh?
she's brilliant in this movie. And I like it, like, because this is the only one where she's like this. Like, after this, once she comes out of her shell, she's never back in it.
Oh yeah,
like,
once he friggin' rocks her out of that shell.
Mm-hmm.
Rocky! She's always telling him what's up too. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
bitching at him.
Oh, yeah. Well, because everybody thought, like the guy says, I think she's retarded. It's really kind of the other way around, and it's like you got to explain things to him pretty like in your face. That's why Mickey does such a good job coaching him, because he's right up in his grill all the time, going, Rocky, you don't understand, you son of a bitch, because you're simple. Like it's just
Because you're still. Oh, it's not even Thanksgiving.
no, he just
He's just having Thanksgiving today.
just had a loose turkey. Well, you can have a turkey on a non-holiday. It's not recommended, but you can.
Oh my god, I love turkey on non-holidays.
so do
Fuck,
I.
I love turkey's like my favorite, man.
We always end up with a bonus turkey somehow.
Oh,
it's like somebody bought too many turkeys. So originally this was supposed to be a like huge, like everybody was there skating. They were supposed to have like 300 extras and stuff. They couldn't afford anybody. One person showed up.
Nice.
So they were like, so what they decided to do, he rewrote the scene really quickly to basically.
It is Thanksgiving.
Oh, there you go. But anyways, they rewrote the scene really quickly to acknowledge the fact that nobody was there. It was just like, oh, okay, that makes sense.
What do you mean you're not up? The ice is still there. The ice ain't going nowhere.
Yeah.
I was talking to this Christopher Lloyd looking dude.
Yeah. And he, it's like you said, he's definitely trying to like fleece him as best he can, right? But
10
Jesus-
minutes, $10.
Well, think about how I love the idea too. That he's trying to talk it down to like Like just $1. Come on, just $1 less. Like how much was $1 worth back then? He's like, I could buy
a lot, apparently.
I could buy 2 cars for $1 and get a picture show.
All right, rack. So even though he got the money, $50 from his boss there for insulting him, but like I was saying when we were in the pause there, that he's like, how did you know her name? He's like, I hear things. I was like, even him just saying that seems a little bit, almost not like intimidating, but like,
I think it's
hinting
just
that maybe if you fuck around, Rock, we might fuck around with her, kind of thing,
I maybe, but I think it's really just a neighborhood thing.
Right.
Like I talked to Michelle about this first date, and I had a question about her, like what her experience would be like on a date like this. So just let's hear it. So I was watching the Rocky first date scene, and it made me think about something. The ice skating scene, and it just made me just think to myself, if you're going out on a first date, now we're both married and we're not doing that anymore, but throwing all gender aside, which personality would you rather be going out on your first date with, a Rocky or an Adrian?
Oh, definitely a Rocky. And I've gone out with like some guys like that. By that I mean they're kind of stupid at first, because Adrian is just so boring. Like, great character, but she's very shy, and I don't think I would have the patience to try to work through someone's shyness like that. Like, that was the thing too. He was so like wanting to go out with her and into her, and at first you're kind of like, why? Like, she's just so like, it's like pulling teeth, Yeah. But with Rocky, it's kind of the macho thing, He just has like some macho-ness to him, and like I kind of like that. But yeah, definitely the Rocky. But I also think I would be the Rocky too.
I would definitely be the Rocky, because holy shit, it's like if anything goes silent, I'm like, I gotta fill the void. I do the
same thing. Absolutely the same thing. I like shy girls though. Yeah. I'd like to take her out of her shell. Hell yeah.
You know who I want to take out of his shell?
Leonardo.
That's the one.
You always had a crush on Leo.
Leo.
I like Buddy's still like 7 minutes. Like, how romantic, eh?
Yeah, I know. You know who else I want to really get with? Splinter. Splinter. I was doing that.
He's a little too rough.
I was playing a memory game with my son. It was Ninja Turtles memory game.
Was it the same one Trump did?
No.
Nobody could ace that but Trump.
No, it's too hard, those last 5 questions. What state are you in? Jesus, I'm not even in a state, so I automatically fail.
God.
I'm in
Is that a trick question?
Yeah, but it was like the Ninja Turtles like memory card game, and every time I flipped over Splinter, Splinter. He didn't get it. He just like let it go. I like that he's not even trying to skate. When was the last time you skated?
Me? Oh my God. Like, I'm like Rock, dude. I haven't skated since I was a kid, and I was like broke my fucking ankle.
See, I did the same.
Fuck this.
I was the same, and then they had at Niagara Falls, right, like at the falls, they had an outdoor ice rink, and I took Carrie there one day, and she was able to skate. I was a fucking mess. I was just like, it was basically like, it was. I
thought like my feet were going to break. I was like, oh my God. I was like, my feet killed me when I was done.
Yeah. Well, and the worst thing too is it was above freezing, and they didn't really like have anything to kind of keep it frozen. So the ice was like really slick on the top, and it was
like a nice layer of ice or a nice layer of water on the top.
It was bad. I was like, not to say that if it was properly manicured ice, I would have done well. It's just like, it didn't do me any favors.
It's got to be Olympic quality ice for Joe, and you will see... Like Brian Boitano. Oh, shit.
That's a terrifying, place. Anywhere, I wouldn't live anywhere where there's a darkness that somebody could just come out of.
I know, right? And
I was like, nope. Because it's even a darkness during the day.
This reminds me of, like, down in Meriton. Like, they filmed this over, right off of Meriton there.
Oh, and those, like, back alley kind
of
areas.
little side streets there, like Walnut or whatever the fuck it's called.
Yeah.
They're all named after nuts.
This is really narrowing it down for people. And there's a church there that's like a condo now or some shit. I don't know. Maybe that's where they have the fights. That's where Rocky has his fights with Spider Rico.
Half a bum. I'm in the the plumbers union, bro. I'm all ass.
Morning after. What are they talking about? What are they talking about? Morning after pill?
Kisses wounds.
Yeah,
they're sharing the same glasses.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like, holy Christ, she's wearing them tonight.
Yeah, they both wear the glasses.
You can see tonight, baby. I'll see you tomorrow.
What's
cool?
What's the big thing about the good guys in this movie? They wear the glasses of old women.
I love old lady glasses. I used to wear old lady glasses on the boat just to piss the guys off. They'd be so mad. It was like I'd wear pink shades or like lady shades.
Nice.
And they'd be like, what the fuck are you wearing that for? And it was like, wow, I'm glad this infuriates you so much. So I will totally be taking them off. Never.
Yeah, exactly. These are a part of my life now, and you have to deal.
Because he can't sing and dance.
That's a great one. Actually, that is something in our interview that Michelle said too. It's one of her favorite lines from the movie. So it's because she gets asked all the time, like why she did comedy and stuff. And so she's like, it's the perfect answer when somebody asks you that question. You're like, I don't know, you can't sing or dance. Look at this face.
Their dialogue seems very natural.
Oh, absolutely.
Like he's really trying so hard, eh? Like 1818. Get in there, Adrian.
He has a real love for like this improvisation too, and I'm not saying that many of the lines are like improvised here, but he picks little things. Apparently, like his monologue later where he's like, it stinks, blah, 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 came from just the fact that the bathroom stunk. So he just started yelling it stinks a bunch of times. But he did that in Over the Top too, when there's a point you actually see him when he's talking about how like when he turns his hat around, he becomes like a machine. He's like, I become like a, and he turns around and he sees the truck. He's like a truck. And it's like, yeah, like you could just see the pride on his face. He's like, look what I'm doing, everybody.
Look what I'm doing.
Waiting for
Sodas
Guffman, go
and
fuck
donuts.
yourself.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I always love these in the movies too, where like the guy's like, you know, like in that friggin' Netflix one with Chris Hemsworth there that I was just talking about. He's like ultra ripped.
Yeah.
But like, and it shows him in his off time, he's just drinking beer and like eating, you know, like,
Yeah.
like I just wake up, flip open a pizza box because I hate my life and I'm drunk all the time and I eat pizza. And I'm like, nobody with that ripped of a physique is eating like this.
Yeah, no, I know.
Like who the fuck, like, I'm not saying Rock,
Yeah.
I'm just saying, you know.
Yeah. These turtles are still alive and still in Sylvester Stallone's possession. Last year, just prior to Rambo Last Blood coming out, he posted a pic on Instagram of him and the turtles.
Oh, no way.
And they're like about this big or something.
Oh, he
like
still
that.
has
like,
them?
Yeah, he still owns Cuff and Link. They'll
That's
outlive
fucking
him.
hilarious.
Yeah.
Well, I
I
think
think
he
they-
really is an animal lover, eh?
Yeah. I don't know. He just likes. I imagine he still has that dog too. It's not alive. He's just got it.
Yeah, taxidermied.
No, just bones. He just let it
with,
waste
Mickey.
away. Yeah.
With a word bubble says, "You're a bum." There's big bugs in you. You better come in my lap. You're gonna get bugs sitting on his dirty lap.
Oh God.
Or get crabs.
That is a pretty gross place. Like, don't go there.
It just like reminds me of like where my grandfather died.
His like bed is in a closet.
Maybe it's like one of those pull down ones.
Yeah. No, it's not though, because it's a regular. He's just got like a sheet. Like it's like this is my canopy bed. That's just like an alcove.
Good for you, Rock. Get her in there, bud.
Yeah. Like this place must cost like $11 a month.
That's why he doesn't get paid fuck all.
Ugh,
That's
that's his,
oh my god, is that his bed?
no, it's his punching bag. He
All right, eh? Interruptions
Yeah.
in my life.
that's a
Fuck, don't call that asshole. Who cares?
yeah, exactly. Send him a text. Texts don't exist.
Yeah, I know,
yet.
right? What the fuck? Oh, he's not worried.
No. Yo, Polly. That seems about right. Though.
Yeah.
That's Philly. What were your turtles' names? You had turtles.
I don't know. I don't know what their names were actually.
I didn't name them because when I name something, they die.
The dies, yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Who's got the time?
I don't remember them at all. Yeah, the turtles, eh? Yeah, I was just gonna say, like, The Rock's such a great guy. Like, this guy needs to be, like, made an example of. He keeps his animals for life. I
Yeah.
fucking hate people when they're like, "Oh, I had to move, so I had to get rid of my dog." Or I was like, "Why'd you get the goddamn thing then?"
I know. But then you get people who are punished for it, like Johnny Depp and his dogs when he went to Australia. He was like, you didn't have permission to bring the dogs, and they're like, we're gonna have to come take your dogs. It was like it became like a political
Was
thing.
it like?
Yeah, they were like
I think I
legit.
remember something about that.
Yeah, it's like you're not allowed to just bring animals.
Where my
over the
dogs
borders or
at,
something
bro?
Without the proper paperwork
Oh my
or whatever.
god,
Blah,
they
blah,
have
blah.
dingoes everywhere.
That's right.
Holy fuck, they don't need
Well,
that. They don't need wild dogs roaming around everywhere in that place.
Well, I was gonna say Australia's had enough problems with all that stuff. I've still seen, it's the grossest thing. There's this documentary about,
He's getting rapey.
Yeah.
He's getting a little rapey.
yeah, what was it? It was about the cane toad or whatever that's taken over there. And it's like, it's legal to just kill as many of them as you can get your hands on.
Because they're an introduced species.
They're an introduced species that is like out of control. Like there's just hundreds and hundreds
Like the
of thousands
zebra
of them.
mussels, or where's this?
In Australia, and there was a documentary about them, and there was one guy who literally he's basically like dedicated his life to doing it, and it shows him just driving on the highway, and literally the highway is just littered with frogs, like everywhere. You can't drive without running them over.
God.
But he's like zigzagging to get as many as possible. Like he was just like
Oh, here we go. Here's the first kiss.
yeah.
See,
So
I
love
love it. That's when you tell a girl that she's beautiful and she's like, "Don't tease me." Oh my
Yeah.
god, it gives me such a boner
Fuck.
because they're just so honest.
They have no.
Get it, Rock. Get in there.
Yeah.
Come on, Rocky, you bum, slip of the tongue. And he's his life coach. He's there at all times. Put your hand on her breast, Rock.
Yeah. That'd be amazing.
He's like there all. That's my Mickey that you went home. I don't know what you doing here.
Rocky's taking a crap. Wipe front to back, Rocky.
Yeah, what are you doing? You're making a goddamn mess.
You're gonna get shit on your balls if you go back to front.
Oh, she's into it now, buddy.
There it is.
Looks like he's an aggressive kisser.
Once you corner her in a place in the only spot in the apartment that doesn't have friggin' cockroaches, I mean, you've really set the mood.
You think he's got roaches?
He's had like fucking just garbage all over his couch. Like he sat in the only garbage free zone.
The garbage free. Yeah, he did say there's a lot of bugs in there.
Ew.
They're gonna have
Don't get on that
cockroach floor.
Don't get on that floor.
Is this an actual apartment in Philly, or is this like a set somewhere?
I'm sure it's a set because I like it seems so small that there's no way they could have that.
Man, I miss a good just make out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it doesn't even. I'm not saying like it goes anywhere. Maybe tomorrow, the next day. Like just a good make out.
All right, we'll do
Everybody
it
just
right
wants to get right to the.
The guy on the far right looks like JB Smoove.
The guy there looks like Mos Def with the red hat on.
No, he's actually dressed almost exactly like Tyrone from Dave from Chappelle's show.
Yes, too silly, right?
I like crack.
Look at the door. Like somebody had to rig up the.
Yeah,
That's a good idea. We haven't heard anything about the fight in like forever.
I know that's the thing. There's a long, drawn out portion before he actually.
Well, it's good you really get to know the man. Mm-hmm. Don't touch me, you fucking asshole.
Yeah. But then it really like goes into hyperspace once it gets there. It's like, okay, we're gonna do the fight, Rock, and then it just like goes crazy after that. I asked. Why is it only like he seems like a little old for a boxer training and stuff like that? But you think it would only be like you think it'd be like 15 years for him.
And instead,
He's just poor guy's second, right? He looks so broken. He looks like an old boxer though, eh? Like
Mickey?
yeah.
Oh yeah, totally.
He's just got like
he's all
bent
right.
up
Mickey had your number
face.
on that one, bud.
Yeah. I always, it's one of my favorite things is when the whole room goes silent for a scene like that. You're like, oh, and then it's like, I guess we'll just go back to doing what we were doing.
Yeah. Well, come on, right?
No problem.
What's going on, Brad?
Yep. Here's a piece of paper.
Oh,
this
like
is yeah. This it's the secretary for the Apollo's promoter there. He's been invited for a meeting.
Looks like it smells wonderful in there. But she's got a wonderful perfume.
Well, relative to the gym that they were just in, yeah, it's gonna be freaking peachy. Like that place looked like it smelled like dead bodies.
You validate parking? Yeah, I don't have a car. I was just asking.
I like that guy he's probably been standing in that exact spot.
He never moves.
He's like Apollo Creed's robot. And he's just standing
Exactly. I was like, right when the door was, hello.
Welcome. He's just waiting for motion. He's like the secretary keeps walking in. He goes, Mr. Balboa.
So when he just wants to, like, Apollo Creed just wants to have the fight just because he wants to fight somebody.
Well, basically what happened was his fight is about to be canceled because the guy he was going to fight got hurt. And they're like, well, we can try and find you some guy. He's like, but it's like anybody they got would make it seem like a real fluff fight. So he's like, instead of doing that, let's make some kind of like gimmick where
Right,
we
like,
where we give somebody a shot, you know what I
Right.
mean? Which I don't
It's
know
cool,
that
I dig it.
which I don't think any of the governing bodies of boxing would allow. I don't think you can
Yeah,
just
well, he's actually a boxer though, so
No, but that doesn't matter. There's a ranking system and people have to actually be like in contention for the title. I guess if they were to say that this was a non-title match or blah blah blah, like that would be fine. But like I don't know, I really don't know, because like even in the next one when he fights him and he ends up winning the championship, you're like, should he not have been like one of the top-rated boxers in the world to be able to do that? He's only had this was his next fight after this fight. There's no way he jumped all the way up the rankings past everybody
yeah, well,
else.
this is like I said, it's just like a gimmick. It's a one-off.
Yeah, but then he gets the next fight too.
It's like-
he gets to fight him again after.
Well,
that.
yeah, because when you put up such a fucking, don't ruin the fucking ending of the movie.
I know,
Where
right?
you fucking go.
Well, but like you would think the guy who got the original shot would have gotten his title fight.
Like the
finally.
second, right? Yeah, you wouldn't. They just jump the line again.
Yeah.
Well, no, because it's money. It's like fucking Dana
Yeah.
White. It's like UFC.
Yeah.
If it's gonna make money, fucking make the sequel. Fuck it. Fuck the whole thing.
But I think too the difference is because like I said, there's boxing has these governing bodies. The UFC doesn't. The UFC is their own governing body, and then the only thing they have to do is fall under like Vegas rules. Or wherever
I
they're
was
fighting.
watching the UFC. Well, I don't know. It was like a preview or something. It was about the stupid show that they have, like Ultimate Fighter, and there's like the two coaches who are actually like fighters.
Yeah.
And oh my god, the two coaches get into a fight over
Constantly.
they're just in the middle of talking.
Yeah.
And I'm like, these are grown men.
Yeah.
And the one guy's like, if you come to Brazil and you disrespect me, you get your teeth knocked out. I'm like, you're a grown man.
Yeah. Well, a lot of it's acting though. A lot of it's like the old wrestling kayfabe is like, oh, I'm gonna like crush you, blah blah. But at the same time, the way those guys fight, they have to kind of hate each other a little bit. I've been seeing a lot of good sportsmanship lately, though. I've been seeing some good videos. I guess the one guy choked the other guy out, and right away, the second they stopped the fight, he got up and started lifting his legs because that's what you're supposed to do to like get the blood back to the head and
Right.
stuff. So he started doing it so he until the medics could get there to do it, just so like to give him a leg up on
Right.
it. So I was like, that guy was cool, and he was called out for being like a real class dude and stuff like that. And then I saw another one. It was like that was him. They asked him to trash talk Creed. He's like, oh, Creed's the best.
I know, right? What was to say?
I know. So apparently, I just read this. I don't even know if it's true, but apparently Stallone is Italian for stallion, so that's why they call him
Right.
Italian stallion. But
Oh, $150.
yeah,
That's way more than he made in any of his fights previous.
yeah,
The 17. Oh no, he had 65.
yeah. He got the winner's purse, which he shouldn't have got because you're not supposed to continue to punch the guy when they're down. That
Or
would be
dead.
That would be.
No shit, it is.
He just Baba Booey.
Hello, it's me. Remember me, your boyfriend? I'm on TV right now. Smack you in the mouth. Yeah, I like
Yeah.
a sweater, eh? It sort of kicks ass.
I know. It's a very fun knit sweater for a guy like him.
He seems like he's a pretty, you know what I mean? He doesn't wear the glasses, the sweater. He don't give a fuck.
I want to know more about like where are his parents and stuff. Like, did they die when he was really young, or like what?
Like Rockies.
Yeah.
Ew.
Is it like this version of Philadelphia? Nobody's parents like by the time you're 20, your parents are all dead.
Yeah.
And it's like you just have to, and then whoever else is in your family, you have to fucking like, you have to like take care of them. Helen Keller was blind and deaf, but that's neither here nor there.
Yeah, he's not Helen Keller, and I think he's got a good chance.
Yeah.
Good woman, eh? Sticking by her man.
Oh. Apparently, yeah. Apparently, there was a scene where he's like walking home drunk from a bar or something like that, and a drunk came up to him and told him he was being a shitty drunk. So he's like, "Let me watch you for a bit." And he was like walking down the street, and he just mimicked him, and like that.
Is that real?
Yeah, it was like just some Philly drunk came up. He's like, "You're not a drunk."
Drunk. You don't even have
Yeah.
any puke on your arm.
Yeah, exactly.
That's hilarious.
You don't even look like you stink.
Fucking Paulie, eh? Getting drunk and making it all fucked.
I live in an apartment.
Think they
Paulie has
banged
a house.
already?
Yeah, that was the. Well, I don't think they just went down to the floor for a little bit of.
Yeah, they just made out on the floor for a while.
Hey, you want to do some on top of the clothes stuff?
Absolutely. All right, Rock. Let's get into it.
Should always inspire me. I feel like he wrote a version where his where Polly beat her too. Like he was like Polly was like beating on her, but he's still friends with Polly, and it's like I could see a lot of different versions of that going on, right?
Oh. Well, you said it was pretty dark.
It was. He's got really dark ideas, and it's even like in like other things, like when he does Cobra and stuff like that, or like because again, Cobra was supposed to be Beverly Hills Cop.
What did
right?
they say about him on TV there? Somebody, because remember he said he was going to smack the guy in the mouth or whatever?
Oh, they were just making him sound like a bit of a joke, right? I love this guy. I want to remake this, and I want to know who I have play this guy. Is somebody you gotta have somebody really creepy.
Hey, that was nice of him.
Nice. Yeah. Oh,
he's believing in him.
that's nice, eh?
Now go kill a guy for me.
It's kind of funny that his best friend's like, you're gonna get killed, but his mobster boss is like, yeah, fucking.
Oh, that's not good. He's gonna come back for that money or something.
Yeah. It's still, I still get weirded out when I see people smoking in movie. Like I know it's old shit and this is what it was and stuff like that, but it like throws me off. I'm like, what is he smoking for?
Oh, hey, oh.
What if instinct just kicked in and he just like knocked his lights out? And now he's
smashed his head off the fucking car 50 times.
Now all his running scenes are him running from the mob, but all the mob guys are big fat dudes, so he just has to jog, which is why he's never sprinting. It's just,
Mickey's like, once I get up these stairs, I'm never coming down. God damn it.
Rock, I live here now.
Yeah, pretty much.
That was my worst Burgess Meredith.
Rocky.
Rocky. Come here, Rock.
Oh, I thought he lived. Oh, no, sorry.
Yeah.
That was outside. It was like 1818.
Yes.
I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's what year Burgess Meredith was born, so it's
Open the goddamn door, Rock.
Yeah. That's I guess he doesn't have a peephole. I was like, just look outside, see who it is, but he can't do that. It's a nice place.
Yes, sure it is.
Gross.
This reminds me of my fucking apartment in Toronto. Like, Jesus.
Oh, really, eh? God, I'm so glad I didn't fall into any of that.
Look how young he is here.
I know. I almost got, I had almost moved to a place just outside of Toronto, Scarborough, and the apartment I was going to get there was going to be fucking beautiful, but then I ended up, I just as that came up, that was a freelance job I had, I ended up not having that freelance job anymore, so I was like, fell through. I'm glad it didn't happen, a little bit earlier, because I would have been up there and then had nothing, and I was like, oh my God. So everything goes well, but it was a very, very beautiful apartment. I could have had it all.
That's okay. Oh.
I still live with my parents on the side. Nobody knows about it.
I live with my parents, on the front, the back, the side.
Yeah. So this movie, I couldn't get a list of what all the other movies were because Box Office Mojo, where I get most of that information, only goes back as far as 1977, and this was 1976.
Oh.
But this movie, so like I said, it all in all, after everything was said and done, it cost $1.1 million. And it made $117.2 million. It was the highest grossing movie of the year. So imagine, again, this is a betting on himself situation. This guy who, just happens to write this script and happens to sell this script and happens to be able to get himself to star in this, gets a movie that is the highest grossing movie and is nominated for every Oscar, every acting Oscar, screenplay, basically everything. I think Gonna Fly Now was nominated for an Oscar for Best Song, and it just craziness. And actually,
Sailor Mike.
Yeah. I think he was a sailor, but I can't tell.
Could have just been a name.
Mm-hmm. I love these
cauliflower.
Yeah.
Because of the vegetation on his ear, eh?
It's so
cauliflowered ears.
So gross. These are amazing monologues back to back. This guy gets to talk all by himself for a long time, and then he gets to talk by himself for a long time.
Got no locker.
I got no locker.
I know, because I'm so used to seeing him in dirty old men there. Dirty old men.
Grumpy old men. I have been to Hawaii. Which island? Come on, I want to lay you. He was so good in that.
Oh my god, all that shit, all the like the after credits, like oh my god.
Oh god, I like to licky dicky. And what was the other one? Relax, kids swallow quarters all the time. If she craps out 2 dimes and a nickel, then you can start worrying. Oh.
Jesus.
Yeah, it was.
I just did.
Yeah.
I just did imagine it. It was
Yeah.
gross.
Yeah, I'd rather not imagine it. Can you untell me that?
I wonder if that's really him.
Probably not. I think a picture of him at that age would have to be like a hieroglyph.
And he's got now, yeah.
Yeah. Put a thumbtack in your thumb, Mick. Or Rock. Wow, I fucked that up.
Well, now he's
So-
also seeing the money, right?
Oh, of course. Well, this is the thing too. This is like the one spot when it's like you see the goodness, but at the same time you like, and I think it's built like that so you could have Rocky like, you know, Rocky can't feel like you can trust anybody, right? And it's like
Right.
so he has to be able to look at him and see a guy who's just coming to like take advantage of his opportunity, right? So,
Oh yeah, see, he's like, oh yeah, now I got the title shot.
why is it that old movies like this always have people throwing darts at walls? It's like, could nobody afford a dartboard? Were they just like too expensive back then?
Probably. Look where he lives.
Yeah, that's fair enough. It's like you go around. He's like, I made $30 for boxing today, and a dartboard is $75. Why is a dartboard so expensive? I could buy a Buick for $60.
70? He looks pretty good for 76.
Oh,
I wonder if that's the actor's age or if that's really is his age.
I have a hard time thinking that's really his. He died in 97. This was 76. Well, I guess maybe he was in his 90s or so when he died. So yeah,
90. Oh, he's like,
Yeah.
still here.
that's
He's just embarrassed that his shit he just took was so
Yeah.
rank. He just had to close the door.
yeah. He turns the fan back on and he pops back out. He's like, "Yo, Mick, everything smells great in there. Don't worry about it." He was just afraid he was going to.
Looks like he wiped his ass just with the apartment. Like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. I want to see like the original when that apartment was originally built. All the walls and doors were right.
That's because you just took a big stinky shit.
Yeah. A really quick one though. It was like because he came out quick and like had a look. Thank you, your prime. Oh, it's good. I still get thrown. To this day, I still get thrown off when I hear him speak normally.
What's
Because
that?
he's when I hear Stallone speak like just normally and not because like Rocky and Rambo both have that like slurry speech. So then when you hear an interview with him and he speaks totally normally, or like when he was in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 and his voice is just like
Yeah, it's
normal,
like he's
you're like
not screaming and
you're like-
snarling.
You're like, he must be really working hard to do this accent. He's like, oh no, that's how he actually talks. I don't even know if he's doing a Philly accent. I don't really know what a Philly
I don't
accent
think he is
would be.
either.
I
I think
he's
he's
just being Italian, I guess. Is it nice or does it stink? Oh,
Oh, Rock.
must be awful being Rocky's neighbor. Just constantly
He's been gone for
screaming.
20 minutes, Rock. He is around the corner. He's
like-
gone.
If he's in a good mood, he's screaming happy shit at his friend who
like Mel
lives like
Gibson.
10 miles away.
Yeah.
Yeah. So apparently, Gibson got COVID.
Oh, he does?
Yeah, apparently. I just saw a very quick thing about it. Okay, Mick, I'm sorry. I'm done yelling now. Let's... Again, this is a Philly thing. We're going to have our fight, and then we're going to love each other by the end of it.
Well, no, he's a good guy. That's why. He doesn't
Yeah,
want him to
he
be
feels
all...
bad.
He's like, fuck.
All right. Sorry,
Blew
I was
up on you.
being irregular. Come on, shake my hand. Is that even him? Is that even Mickey? He's just like shaking like some old homeless man's hand. You see Mickey comes from the other side. He's like, Rock, whose hand are you shaking, you son of a bitch?
It's the bum
Yeah.
that told Paulie how to be more bummish.
Yeah. All right. Here we go.
4 in the fucking morning, eh?
Yeah. Hey, I get up at
Jesus
4
Christ,
in
when
the
did
morning
that
all the
start?
time. This is how you train, man. This is legitimately. I went to a boxing gym a long time ago. I was quite young, and I was looking into maybe starting boxing. And they're like, "Okay, well, here's what we do. Our workout. You got to run like 3 miles right before you even start. Like, get your gloves on. Like, out. I'm done."
Ya.
I was like, I would have skipped. I would have done all the other stuff. I physically can't. Like, my knee is so messed up. I can't run like those kind of distances without killing myself. Oh.
WIBG, the Wibage.
Oh, the eggs. This grosses me
Oh,
out.
yeah, you got to run a lot. You got to eat raw eggs.
Yeah. I had a thing because we did, in college, we all had to make our own TV shows. And this one guy, they made like a gross out show. It's like, will you do it kind of thing. And they had me be one of like the contestants on it. And I won the whole thing. And then it was like the last round to win the prize was to drink like 3 eggs out of a thing. And I'm like, but you can get salmonella from that. And they're like, yeah, will you do it? And I'm like, no, like this would be an illegal thing. Like, and I'm trying not to call them out for like the fact that they're doing something so incorrectly. And I was just like, no, I'm just not going to do it. And they're like, then you lose. And I'm like, all right, whatever.
Well, I just lost the big prize. Which is probably a bunch more eggs to drink.
And they were like bummed out by me. They're like, I can't believe you didn't do it. I'm like, dude, you could get sick like that.
Not Rocky.
I was like, you're not supposed
Rocky
to.
get sick.
Yeah.
Come on, Rocky.
Look at those. Look at the Converse All-Stars.
Shitting in them. Like the dirtiest, like grossest. Look at the ass of the pants.
You know how bad? Oh God, yeah. Swamp ass.
Like some fucking homeless man who's been
I've never washed
living in
them.
his. Yeah, exactly. Well, there he goes.
There it goes. The jog begins. This is what I'm saying. This is why he's running from the mob right now because
4 in the fucking morning.
Yeah.
Dear God.
When I get up at 4 all the time, but I'm literally laying on my side on the couch with all my clothes. Like I'm wearing like my underwear and my shirt. And I'm like, all my clothes are beside me and I'm just like waiting. And then it's finally, I'm like, okay, I need to get up and actually do shit. And then I put on my clothes. I'm just like,
the fuck? Like, what a story.
No, but I'm just saying like, but I'm just like, by comparison is like, I have to drag ass for an hour to get my clothes on where he gets up and goes running.
Oh, right, exactly. Oh,
Yeah.
Jesus. Yeah, me too. Holy fuck. I'm in my underwear for most of the day. And then eventually I'm just like, maybe I'll just put pants on. It's like something to do.
Yeah.
Like putting pants on. That's how much I got going on right now.
I know. It's not worth it either way though, right?
Oh, here's the steps. Here are the classic Rocky steps.
Yeah. So
How long is it until the fight?
I don't know, like fucking
Is it
10
like a
more
month,
hours.
or is it like...
I think like probably about 20 more minutes.
No. I mean, like
like how far is he from? Like probably a couple months.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yes. Like
Yeah,
how long
yeah,
does he
yeah, yeah.
have to train?
Sorry. No, literally 20 minutes. His fight is tonight.
One montage, 20 minutes.
He's got stitches in his side. He's like, oh god. So this isn't this is the Philadelphia Library or whatever. This is not the location of the Rocky statue anymore. They moved it because finally somebody was like, "Hey, maybe we're like celebrating a fictional character and that's weird." and they were like, "So we're gonna take it down." And then Philly lost their minds, and then finally like somebody else, some other like municipal building or something like that. It's like, yeah, we'll take it, and it's now sitting out.
That's hilarious. They freaked out, because they took the fucking Rocky.
Yeah. Every place he goes stinks.
That's why he drinks.
Yeah. He stinks, I drinks. It looks like it's like human torsos.
I mean, doesn't this just make you feel great about the state of the meat market? Is that he's just got guys in here punching or meat around?
Well, if it's tender, what do I care?
Fucking right.
As long as
this one has been certified personally punched by Stallone.
Yeah, it's only one spot. The whole thing is tough, but then one spot, like you just rest your fork on it and it cuts right through.
Gazzo's a good man.
Yeah. Literally all Paulie does, like Paulie has never once looked out for Rocky. He is only ever, like every effort is to better things for himself. Like he's basically what Zach Morris should become, but won't.
Right. I like the idea that show you told me where he's watching all the... Was it you that told me?
I don't know.
There's like a podcast now because he's never actually, Mark Paul Gosselaar, whatever, has never watched any Saved by the Bell.
This wasn't
So
me.
he's watching it now on the
that's
podcast,
fun.
and it's his reactions to...
Oh, that's fun. I'd like to check that out. That'd be interesting. Apparently that, I don't know
God,
when.
not even fucking got
Yeah.
gloves on or nothing.
I don't know what.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, Philly doesn't have rules for that. But I don't know, like, when it's happening or where it's happening or whatever, but they're doing, like, not a spin-off, but, like, a sequel kind of thing to Saved by the Bell, where basically you find out that Zach is the governor of California.
Right.
And they have a big thing where a bunch of schools are being closed and stuff like that, and one that takes on a lot of like the surrounding schools is Bayside, and it like brings like all these different people together and like this sort of thing, and then like that's I don't know how other people are in it, but apparently yeah, I know everybody likes punching the shit.
What is the deal with Paulie?
That's well because he's always drunk. So
Fuck.
this was actually a scary scene. This one freaked me out a little bit because this is the only time you see him like, I'm going to fuck you up. So doing this hitting the meat thing, like for all the time that he did it, he was hitting it so hard, he flattened his knuckles. So there's no, like, one knuckle's no longer higher than the other. They're all perfectly flat.
Really?
Yeah. So, and that's still to like this day, if he like does his, I'm going to get in trouble, not for drinking on the job, but for
He's
you.
like, yeah, keep going, whatever. What am I going to do?
I'm not going to get in trouble for not like following health guidelines. I'm like smoking and drinking over this like raw meat. I'm not going to get in trouble for bringing you in here, which you shouldn't be in here. You're all sweaty and gross. That's what he does. He gets you so mad that you want to kill him. Then he says one thing like that, and he's like, Paulie's all right. This guy. Like, it looks like he's gonna actually.
Does he drink in a day?
Oh, a lot.
Oh, yeah. Why did you just buy the big bottle?
Like that face that they just gave him literally made it look like he was going to, like he was gonna be like the murderer of him.
Right.
Like he's like, oh, if he gets famous, I'm gonna kill him.
Oh, he's got meat hands.
Yeah,
Meat hooks for hands.
He's got hands.
Oh yeah, baby. Yes, I fucking do.
She's like a dirty birdie now apparently.
Once you broke Talia, once you broke her out of that show, man.
Like look at those suggestive jammies she's wearing. AKA a quilt that's been sewn shut.
He's trying to rape him.
Yeah. No means no. I know it wasn't the case on our first date, but
She's all horned up, or you can't leave her all horned up like that.
yeah, just flick her bean a little bit or something like that.
They proved that that's not like a thing.
They
like,
did.
like not having sex or during.
Yeah,
I think they actually said that it's better to actually have sex than to not.
Think about this. The Olympics is a giant orgy with a cover of athletics.
Oh,
it's like
yeah,
those
they give
people
out condoms and everything when they show up, right? Like,
well, you think you bring in all these like, in their physical prime people all into one place and just leave them there for 3 weeks. What else is going to happen, right? I think it would actually borderline on gross eventually. Like you're just walking around and you could just you could hear it everywhere and you're just like, oh God.
it's like I can't get, yeah. Dear God, I haven't slept a wink.
Like
Every wall, the beds are just like this.
Yeah, like I picture one guy, he's like just put on Dora the Explorer on his tablet and he's crying with like noise canceling headphones on, like just get me out of here. But as of today still, Stallone, just a little tidbit here, Stallone and Charlie Chaplin are the only two people to be nominated for Best Actor from a movie that they wrote.
Oh, that's a good guy. That's good.
Yeah, that they were the sole writer for. Like other people have been nominated for things that they had a hand in, but like he was the only writer of this script. And Charlie Chaplin, although it was silent, was also the only writer. I love this old school stuff. That was something I really liked about Rocky IV too, when he's like in the snow and doing the mountains and with the logs and stuff like that. I was like,
oh yeah, well Drago had all the science. He went to nature.
yes, exactly.
That's it, Rock. That's it, Rock. Come on.
Who the hell is this? I want to talk now about. I asked.
Ooh, they're little cuties. There's some more girls.
They were children. They were fucking children.
They were not.
They were not adults.
See?
a
You can be
great
my
line.
trainer.
Yeah, no, that's true. I talked to Michelle about having a trainer in her own line of work, so let's hear what that sounds like. Now, I was trying to find a way to make a connection between you and Rocky, and this may be a huge walk to go on for this, but as it, like, when you were a young comedian, did you have your Mickey in comedy, like maybe another comedian?
No,
or like a club?
no, I didn't. Come on.
You never know.
I like that you tried to do that. Comics are awful people. They don't help each other. No, I mean, I don't know. I guess like there was some people that you kind of look up to and they kind of help you a bit, but it's not the same. It's not the same because I feel like someone like Mickey, let me see if I can explain this properly without sounding like a dick. Someone like Mickey, he knew like he wasn't trying to be a boxer still. You know, he wasn't trying to be the world champ. He was trying to make Rocky the champ. Where when you come into comedy, even if there's an older comic that's like helping you and stuff, they still want to be better. They still want to like be that star. We still have that mentality where we're like, yeah, I mean, sure. I like, you know, when you're young and you're like, okay, for me anyway, in the arts, it's like, okay, if I don't make it by the time I'm 30, it's not going to happen. Then you reach 30 and you're like, 40. And I'm sure the higher I get, I'll be like, no, there's still time. I could be 90 and be like, there's still time. So I think they'll always have that mentality that they're not possible of being like this big cheerleader coach for you, how Mickey was for Rocky.
Okay.
That's what I felt.
So yeah, that was that. I forgot that this was that Butt Kiss the dog was a gift from Adrian.
Right.
That's kind of like a mean gift. Here's a friggin' 150-pound dog that's now your responsibility. It's like, by the way, he's very expensive. Like, you have to feed him 100 pounds of meat a day.
Yeah, like you can barely afford to feed yourself. Now feed this gigantic beast. That dog reminds me of one when I was on the boat.
Yeah.
It was like a 210-pound mastiff.
Yeah.
And he's sitting in the back of this car. Like it's a truck, but he's in the back. And the fucking car reeks like it's like a van.
Yeah.
And this dog was I just couldn't help myself, man. I reached into the car and grabbed him by one of his big ass wrinkles on his face. Yeah. And when I grabbed his wrinkles, like, hey, buddy, he was like, raw. But he was so monstrous.
Yes.
That like he couldn't get me. And I was like, the lady was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I was like, lady, I just put my hand into the window of your gigantic murder dog. I was like, if you rip my arm off, that's my own fault.
Well, at least you can
like,
appreciate
lady, like,
that.
oh yeah, it's like I put my hand in one and some dog bit me, and I was like, fuck.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh my God, I was like, I did it to myself, lady. Don't even worry about it. I thought the dog was gonna break the skin too, not the big one. He was too slow.
Oh man, that's
big Marmaduke motherfucker. I was just like, hey, bud. See, that's why you can't assume that everybody's your friend.
That's right.
That's a lesson to be learned.
How many times did I have to bite you before you figured that out?
Oh, so many times.
So
the meat guy stick his foot.
I love that. This movie to this date too is the Oscar-winning movie with the most sequels. It's got 7 sequels if you count the Creed movies and stuff like that.
I would count the Creeds.
Yeah. So like no other Oscar winner has got this many. I think most of them top out at a trilogy.
Fucking
like Godfather,
7. Like wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he came up with some Rockies. When it's a good thing for him too, because it's like, oh, I'm not doing so well. I guess I haven't been seen in a while. I'll come up with another Rocky.
Yeah, it works. I love that. Has anybody else done that? I don't know. I think I invented it. So this is Duke because they wouldn't give him a name. He's like, I get to do this scene with my shirt open, so everybody gets to see how fucking hot I am.
Hell yeah.
I'm trying to
find
find
the business of Apollo Creed.
Yeah. I like that because I guess a lot of this fight is based on a Muhammad Ali fight where he just beat the guy like in the 15th round. He TKO'd him and like only like the guy like held his own the entire time and like he just like kind of eked it out. So that's what they wanted this to be.
Oh,
look at him.
Better take a look here, bud. You're taking him too lightly, Apollo.
There's somebody, if I can find him, I don't know if we've already missed him or if like we've missed his only time or whatever, but there's a guy on here I'm really looking forward to pointing out to you if I can friggin' find him because I'm gonna blow your mind.
Good.
Oh, Todd knocking over the microphone.
You're talking about blowing my mind. Look at him, he's all bloody.
Oh, that is gross. Like what's going on with his face? Is he just tight? Like he looks like he's gone into like a zone. Like that's like where his brain goes when he murders.
That's where mine goes.
Yeah.
To the meat house.
This is the scene where the drunk guy came up and said that you weren't being drunk enough to him.
You weren't being drunk enough. He's
Like-
like watching him film, eh?
Like, what a note, not even from your director, just from a local drunk.
Well, he's living it.
Yeah.
He's a character actor.
This is my girlfriend, garbage face.
She is way too good for you, Polly.
I know. It looks like
way too good for you.
Then you see there's a scene where it's just from his point of view, and the trash can's yelling at him. It's like, Paulie, you never take me out anymore.
Shut your mouth, Noreen.
It's a nice name. It's better than my garbagey McGarbage face I gave her. I think they're just using these holidays to show passage of time.
Right.
They're like, a month has gone by. We can tell because it's Christmas.
Yeah, like, man, it's got to be like what is it, like years from now?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they're sitting there. It's like, I can't believe it's 1996.
Listening.
I would never.
Fuck.
If my girlfriend lived with her brother, who was like emotionally abusive and always drunk, I would never make that the place I go hang out.
Yeah, I know. What the fuck, right? Oh, yeah, I'm sure this is the same thing every night as he gets loaded.
Pretty much, that's everything. That's all he does is like.
It's also
Yeah. I'll be holding
Uh-oh. Oh, I thought he was going to throw down. Whose door did he steal that off of? Oh, fuck.
No. He's getting real.
Whoa.
Yeah, he's got that horrible bat that looks like he's beating some
Jesus, Paulie.
people. Yeah. God almighty. Oh, don't spit on a fucking
Jesus.
lobster. Aw. You gave her.
Only a pig would say that.
It's true. Was that the best? It was just a fucking random tea set. That looks like he probably got it from his parents.
Dear God, Paulie.
It'd be the best if he turns around and they just left. Like, it was just... Oh.
There you go.
Yeah.
Stick up for yourself, girl.
Imagine she takes the bat and starts fucking wailing on him.
Yeah. You fucking bite him.
Oh, she's really good. Some of the other... She's not been given a good enough career either. Like, she was in...
You're busted. You're not a virgin.
I know. She was like, because she's in the Godfather movies. She was in Kiss the Bride, I Heart Huckabees. She's been in some episodes of Grace and Frankie. She was in the movie Rad. She directed one movie. It was called One Night Stand. It starred Ali Sheedy. It was from like 1995, and Ali Sheedy's mom plays Ali Sheedy's mom. Like, in a huge stretch.
Ali Sheedy's mom plays Ali Sheedy's mom.
Pretty much.
She nailed it. I think she nailed it.
And not her character's mom. She's like Ali Sheedy's like, hi, I'm Mickey. And then like Ali Sheedy's mom is like, hi, I'm Mrs. Sheedy. I'm Ali Sheedy's mother. You know her from The Breakfast Club 12 years ago? Not quite that many. 9. Hey, that's cool.
Oh, they're moving in together.
There we go. Come move into my garbage hole. We'll bring Garbagey McGarbage
What a
face.
good boy, eh? She's
Yeah.
like, you want a roommate? He says, yes. Yes, I do.
That'd be the best. What if he went, no, you busted? He's just like, I was thinking about it, and Paulie's right. Crap thunder.
Nice. He looks like at any moment he will have a raging heart attack.
Oh, yeah. I feel like I would...
He's like the living embodiment of Nick Nolte's face. Just screaming, rah, sweating all the time.
Yeah, no doubt. Like, he's the best cut man in the business. He just looks at him. He's like, well, he's got a face. That's a start.
Yeah.
Yeah. We gotta keep his eyes open or he won't be able to see Cut Man. That always sounds like a Mega Man bad guy. This is Cut Man.
Cut man. Oh my God.
Oh, he's back.
Jesus Christ, Polly. Sure?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, yes. I love.
Yeah, you can't make it off your own name, huh?
I love that though, but I love that finally he's just being honest, and he also knows that stuff. He Trump level knows things. He's like, oh yeah, no, nobody knows
Like
this
on
stuff
another
like me.
level.
Yeah.
Well, that was the worst thing you ever do, Rock.
Could you imagine if Rocky 2 was him, like, mega rich?
Oh, here it is.
Yeah. This is Bill Conti's Gonna Fly Now. This was probably, when I was doing my research, this was probably
two old cell phones.
Yes.
Those are 80s cell phones.
Yeah, one of them belongs to Zach Morris.
Is this the first time we hear the song?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's got more jazz to it than I remember.
All the people looking, nobody understands what's happening because literally this is all without permit. They were in a van that was driving. See, like that guy did that just because he noticed like in a previous day that they were running past like that. He's like, oh, they're coming again. And he threw him the apple because he figured he'd like get in the movie.
And he was.
Yeah. Like that wasn't at all.
I hate fucking running. Oh my God, I hate running.
Yeah. My wife is a wonderful runner. She's just finishing up. As this one comes out, like she'll have a week left.
He's doing that to Jack Palance.
I know. But yeah, when she has a week left, like there'll be about a week left for her doing her 100-mile run for her cousin. She's raising money for cancer.
This is when Stallone was really fit before he turned into this like body dysmorphic.
Yeah.
Like he can't even tell. Like he looks in the mirror. He's like, got 800 pounds of solid muscle on him. He looks in the mirror, looking pretty slim these days.
Well, it's like Rambo.
That's what he said at the end of Rambo.
Yeah.
He said his wife was like, Jesus Christ, look at you. And he was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Like,
well, and it's weird, like, because it's weird for Rambo. Like, I know how they want to do it for an aesthetic purpose and stuff, but like, what soldier is built like that? Like, it's not conducive to like being able to friggin' use weapons and like move properly. So like this was another one
back there.
So literally, they're driving around places, making sure there's no cops with John Avildsen behind the camera in the van, and they're like, "Here's a good spot. Go run by the ship." And they're literally just driving in a van, and he's just shooting him in the van.
That's fucking awesome.
And then so they're like, do a couple minutes. Now this is an interesting thing. So the Steadicam. It's a mainstay in film and television now, right? The guy running around and it keeps the camera nice and steady.
Yes.
Well, it was invented by, I gotta find the guy's name here. I've got it written down. And I'm losing it here. It was invented by a guy, a cinematographer named Garrett Brown, and he had just invented it like just prior to this movie, or like fairly prior to this movie, and he was showing some random footage, and it was footage of his sister. It was footage of his sister running up these stairs.
Oh, no way.
And it's him going up the stairs with her, and it's one nice solid shot because that's what the Steadicam is. It's got like all the shocks and stuff.
Right, yeah.
So this is actually the third movie ever that uses the Steadicam.
Ah, no way.
So I have Bound for Glory and Marathon Man. Both movies came out the same year.
Both running.
Yeah, both.
Oh no, Marathon Man is not about running.
Is it safe?
Whatever, he runs though.
But it's steady. And but yeah, basically the idea was that he. But yeah, this guy invented it like this year, and he got 3 movies out of it. But this being the biggest movie of the year, he got to be a part of that, and Steadicam became a gigantic thing. Like it's in every movie.
It's every fucking movie uses that thing now. That guy was just like thought of something that everyone was like, why can't we just have something that keeps the goddamn camera straight?
Yeah, why is it when we have a cameraman just holding a camera, it shakes like a motherfucker?
Oh, they got the ring. They got the whole place ready.
So here's another great mistake that they found, where he's going to point it out for us in a second, because this is actually the brilliance of his screenwriting in such a low budget environment. It's weird. I guess because he's the fighter, he's allowed to be there, but it just feels weird to me that they just let some dude come in and like
wander
walk around. But I guess they have the right to be able to come and like examine the ring and the venue and stuff prior to the fight. That's got to be some kind of legal thing.
Nah, I wouldn't think so.
No,
I think that he probably was just like, hey, they're like, hey, you're the guy, you're Rocky Balboa, just come in,
just get in here.
Yeah, just fucking go in there.
All right.
I know. I'm sure that they're.
So here's the interesting thing. So okay, we see him there with red shorts with a white stripe, and I'm waiting for him to actually talk to the guy, but there's nobody there. Oh, here he is. He's such a he was built to be this character. Like he's so fucking weird. See, the poster is incorrect. He's gonna say, See, he's actually wearing the opposite colors on his pants, and they made the mistake. Like the people who made that photo, it was supposed to be the right colors, and they got it wrong, and they couldn't afford to fix it.
Wow.
So they were
I
like,
like that.
so he was just like, well, let's just call it out then, and so then nobody calls it out on us. And he's
That's
like,
cool.
and it was a nice scce too, because he does that, and then what does the guy say? He's like, does it really matter?
Yeah, like fuck it, who cares?
Like you're gonna get crushed.
They're not going to even recognize him. They're like, wait a
Yeah.
minute, the guy in the poster,
Yeah,
that's not the same guy.
yeah. Wait
He's
a
got
minute.
different pants on.
They're both wearing red and white. How do I tell them apart?
Exactly. Exactly.
Man,
They got the bell there.
do you imagine
nice looking bell.
performing in the middle of all those people?
It's like being a wrestler.
Yeah. Only
Kick your
getting
fucking
punched in the
ass.
face. I don't want to get punched in the face.
Punch you in the ass.
Oh, yeah, I'm fine with that. I used to do that professionally.
They look like they're pretty good folding seats. Like now they're just pieces of shit. Like look at those
Yeah.
chairs. They look awesome actually.
They don't even have that missing back part.
Yeah, like fuck man, it's like a real seat.
Looks like they have lumbar support. I saw somebody on Twitter. It was just a random person. It was nobody famous or anything like that. But they had so many of those you get to bring it home chairs from like WWE.
Oh
pay-per-view,
yeah, when they
like,
go to the
events,
event and it,
when you're like the first 2 rows or whatever.
Yeah, that's neat.
I'm always wondering about those though, because it's like that must be a pain in the ass to get home. Like, what if you flew? Like, let's say like the WrestleMania was in Texas and you flew there.
Fucking take
And
that
it's
shit,
like-
dude. If
yeah.
I was that big, well, I
guess you can-
I'd fucking take the thing.
I guess you could check it or something. I don't know.
I don't know. I got my don't worry about it. I got my own seat.
Yeah.
Sitting in the aisle, fucking smoking.
Yeah, you hit some turbulence, you just fall over. You're like, oh, son of a bitch.
Yo, Adrian.
She's been in bed for.
Can't do it.
Yeah, they actually tried to cut this scene from the movie, and he's like, it's kind of the most important scene if you really think about it. And they finally got him to shoot it, but there were a bunch of sheet scenes. I guess there's a scene where he beats the shit out of the guy who took his locker,
Right.
and so they cut that one, which kind of makes sense because that's not really Rocky.
Yeah, they wouldn't. It's not, like I don't think that his character would do that. That's a good
Yeah.
job cutting that out.
Yeah, and then there was another scene that I'm forgetting now. I don't have it in here, but they just couldn't make it happen. That's fine.
Fucking shoes in the bed again.
Yeah, that's ugh. She should be.
That is ugh.
She should be yelling at
I
him.
know. What the fuck? Like, get your goddamn shoes out of the bed.
Yeah, you're not Paulie. Like, is that
Not
just a
even
big?
drunk.
It's a big radio.
Don't give up now, Rocky.
Like they're in a single bed. They're like sleeping together in a single bed. Every time she raises her head, she smacks her head on that giant radio.
I dig it. It's not true, Rocky. Girl, you better rock him right now. You
Yeah.
better rock the Rocky.
She reaches around and just pulls it out full frontal style.
Well, they haven't had sex in like 80 years, so it's probably going to take just a one tugger.
That's why he's screaming her name at the end of the movie. He's like, he can't see. His face is falling apart. He's like, we got to do it now. It doesn't matter if women weaken legs. The fight's over. I don't even want to know who won.
All he wants to do is go the distance.
He's going.
Me too, brother.
Yeah, they've never made it. Did I go the distance? I wish that he just fell apart like that too. He just talking, it just get lower and lower. It's just a frequency. It stops being words.
Just another bum.
Oh, you're a bum.
Come on,
Dirty
rock.
bum.
Kiss him, lady. Get underneath that leather jacket. Say something to him.
She has, once again, she has jammies that she looks like she's been sewn
Oh,
into.
here we go.
Like, do you ever see The Patriot?
Yes.
Yeah, like, you know when they sew that girl, or no, they sew Heath Ledger into that like bag, so it's like he can sleep with the girl he's courting, but they can't have sex.
Right.
It's like that's basically what she wears as her regular nightwear.
Are they both in the same room?
No, they're in different rooms. We're not going to see another shot of him. I'm hoping. Is that one? I can't tell if that's him in the background or not. I don't think it is. He's got
Look
one.
how much tape, eh?
Yeah. Well, you got to so you don't like bust your nose. That's just.
Oh, opening up the airwaves.
Yeah.
He's like, Jesus, lady.
You know what I use? I use my CPAP machine to do that. It's the
Like,
grossest.
while you fight, it's on you.
Yeah, it's the grossest thing in the world, though. If you have any congestion, and I try and like, sometimes I'll plug my one nostril, the one I can breathe out of fine. Then I open up my mouth because it makes the air flow out of my mouth, and you can hear it, the air working its way through my sinuses. So you hear like,
It was
so
an amazing
gross.
sound. It sounds like, you know, like that sucker thing at the dentist, and when your tongue, you know, it kind of makes that fucking noise.
Yeah. But I always wonder every time, because it's like it's never disturbed Carrie if I do that or something. So it makes me wonder if it's like inside my head, like, you know, when you have like something like on your tooth or something like that, and you hear that like wee or something like that. It's like not everybody can hear it as loud as you. So maybe I'm hearing it just because it's inside my head.
Right, probably. That's probably exactly.
Awesome. Thank you for
Blind you.
validating me. That's all I need. The Shamrock Meats sponsorship. That's the thing. I still blow my mind. It still blows my mind. I watch I watch soccer games and stuff like that. Like I broadcast them for work, and they have so many fucking sponsors and stuff like that. And I'm like, it's just on their clothes, and I'm like, that blows my mind. But apparently, they're looking at doing that for like NBA and stuff like that.
Right. Yeah, because they need more money.
Yeah.
I would love that too. Like when you make a shit ton of money, they just give you things for free. Mm-hmm. Oh, you don't have to pay for that. You're rich. Here, just take one.
Yeah. Or if you make money, you find a way to make more money. I like that people are just allowed to walk up to him. Like, what's the security?
He's not the champ.
Yeah, but still, it's like the situation. Like, people are literally walking out in front of him and blocking his way to the... Like, you would think there'd be rails up, like, that would, you know... I couldn't touch the Brooklyn Brawler. Why can I get in front of Rocky?
That's a real star.
Uh-huh.
Look at the old steps there. It's just like a couple boxes.
Mm-hmm. Like, remember when, like, Tyson and McNeely fought and stuff like that? Didn't you just so hope that McNeely would, like, pull something off?
Say?
Or, like, when Tyson and McNeely fought or something like that? Like, those one... After, like, Tyson came out of jail and he, like, fought a bunch of bums. Right off the bat. Like, didn't you just want, like, McNeely or something like that to just...
Well.
Not McNeely. Not the first guy, though.
No.
McNeely got crushed. I can't remember.
He's going to fight Roy Jones Jr. Tyson.
Yeah.
I think Roy Jones Jr. is going to kick his ass.
I think so. Because Roy Jones Jr.
Roy Jones Jr. is going to wail on him.
Because he's super fast.
Tyson's like an old... Tyson, the thing too is Tyson was good, but I believe people say, like, he's got more of a reputation than he does. I believe he's overblown. Yeah. I don't believe he's nearly the best fighter that they say he is.
What Tyson was a super hard puncher. He was fast and he was relentless. So he would go at you like a fucking maniac, and usually that was enough. Whereas like other people need to strategize a bit more, need to utilize their strengths and stuff like that. Like like thinking about like the rope-a-dope, thinking about like, and it was like George Foreman was the same kind of thing. He was a good fighter and stuff like that.
Who is he? Did he bite?
Holyfield.
Oh, Holyfield had him.
Yeah.
Holyfield had him dead to rights in both fights.
Yeah, absolutely.
Holyfield outboxed him, he outfought him, and Tyson got all bitchy and then bit his fucking ear.
Yep. Which I would have done. But he kept saying that, like, and that wasn't even the first time he bit him in that fight. He bit him a previous time, but didn't get it, like, take a chunk.
You look at his own trainer guys, like, stop it. He's like, stop being a fucking asshole.
Yeah.
Right? Like he's like, stop it.
Yeah. Focus. Well, that's the thing. I really like that too. They should have given him a bit more, because he does foreshadow. No, Duke there, his trainer, because a couple times he's like, dude, you got to look, this guy's like training hard, stuff like that. And it's basically the Rocky 3 thing, like in reverse, obviously. But he's like, you're not taking this seriously enough. Like, you should take every fight fucking seriously.
Yeah, regardless of what they are, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, when he was watching him punch the meat.
Yeah. But he was trying to make this like a big show, like, I'm the good guy for giving him the shot.
Yeah. See, the American dream.
Yeah.
This guy, like, it's a total like a bad guy, like European bad guy. Oh, there's his old boss. Oh my God! Look at the lady he's got.
There's no way that's not a prostitute.
Oh yeah, well he just got $3,000 for that thing, so
yeah, exactly.
So you just paid it all on that girl right now.
Nice. See, I didn't even catch the price, so you're all over the place. So this was the only. So it's Joe Frazier. He was literally the only.
I like that green.
I know, it's not bad, eh? He was literally. I guess they put out like an all call to all like former heavyweights and stuff, and he's the only one who showed up.
That's awesome.
So, well, I feel bad for him though. Joe Frazier, man, he'd been boxing for a long time at this point. Like, he was an old man and all this. But But yeah, like, would you feel kind of bad when you show up and you're like, oh, like probably some other guys are going to be out here, and then you see nobody else came. You're like, I'm just going to go.
He's a good boxer, though.
Oh, he's a great boxer.
Fucking A.
Great boxer.
And now, after he got in on the ground floor, right, he can be like, fuck, I'm in Rocky, motherfuckers.
Yeah, exactly. That's why Hulk Hogan did it.
Oh, yeah. He wails on Rocky, although he does have over 500 pounds and like 18 feet on him.
I am Thunderlips, baby. That was his acting in that movie. It's fantastic.
I love that scene, too, because he beats the shit out of him, and then afterwards they're all booing him, and then he's like, oh, it was good stuff.
Good stuff,
It's a good show we put on out there. Rocky's like, what the fuck just happened?
He's so scared. He's like, now that you're all calm, can I get a picture with my kid? Yeah, absolutely. I feel like that should have been behind the scenes, though, because like he broke kayfabe. He did that right in front of everybody.
Yeah.
I know it was a charity thing, but still, they didn't do that back then. I like, though, because they have to put, like, you know, he's so small. Stallone. So, but they're putting him off as a heavyweight, somebody who's like 240 or something like that. So they had to say that Hulk Hogan was like 450 pounds or something like that. I mean, they said he was like 7 feet tall and 450 pounds. Because,
Close enough.
Well, they just had to scale him up for poor
he's fucking
Stallone,
huge.
Right?
Like, the Hulk is fucking gigantic.
Yeah. This is fun.
Oh, he's joking around too much.
Yeah. He looks at Spider Rico's dead body in the corner. He's like, oh, yeah, I got to do that.
Oh, fuck. Here we go.
So in this 15 round fight, you actually see 4 of the rounds in their entirety.
You do?
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
And then the rest of it is just a lot of like a couple of punches, then another ding, and then like the round. But that's not bad. Like, fights are only, 3-minute rounds, right?
So Jesus, you have a 3 15-minute rounds. Holy. Do you remember when we would wrestle?
Yeah, no, 15 3-minute rounds. Yeah. It's exhausting.
Jesus.
That's why, that's why they have to do so much, that's why they have to do so much cardio and stuff like that. Somebody actually did the stats on this fight, and I think it was, I don't have them written down here, but I think they said that Carl Weathers, Apollo Creed landed like 129 punches and missed 12.
Right.
And Rocky landed 59 punches and missed 6. That really tells you something. Like, when you see, like those numbers for real boxers, like, those numbers are way different because, like, you miss way more because people block in real boxing.
Yes, yeah.
Nobody ever boxes like like legit. Like, whose hands are down like that, especially at the beginning of a fight?
Well, because he's not taking him seriously. Now he is.
Yeah.
Now he's going to be taking him seriously. He's like, whoa, shit, I just got hit by a fucking Mack truck.
Yeah. Well, that was the thing too, and he's supposed to be
Stallone's like, oh shit.
Yeah. What do I do? What do I do?
The first time he's ever been knocked down.
Yeah. That's huge.
Oh, he is seeing stars.
And it was the first hit he landed too. He's good too at like playing up that, like, he looked like he was like half unconscious. So what was really interesting is they had like these stunt coordinators to coordinate this fight, and they ended up leaving the movie due to differences with the director and with Stallone, because they weren't really, like, they weren't doing something realistic enough for them or whatever it was. So they literally went to Stallone and said, I want you to script the fight. Rocky throws a left, Rocky blocks.
Oh
Rocky
my God.
So he came back with a 32-page script of this fight. And then they rehearsed this fight, like, from the script for 35 hours.
Wow.
Like, obviously not all at once, but over the course of like a couple weeks or whatever it was, 35 hours of training to memorize this fight. And that's how they do it. Now, they wanted to make it as realistic as possible, but also, like, you can see a lot of times, like, especially when they're further away and it shows him land a fist, you could see that he's like a mile away.
Of course.
No, but this doesn't happen. Like I was saying, in Rocky Balboa, Antonio Tarver, a legit boxer, is punching him in the face for real. He actually said, hit me. And it's like, he's not hitting hard. Like, he's connecting sparring style. But
little taps,
but he's taking punches at like 60 or whatever fucking age he was at that point, right? Apparently.
So I look like that after I take a crap.
Yeah. I loved the story about this. Apparently, Carl Weathers, when he auditioned, they had him spar with Stallone, and he accidentally knocks Stallone in the chin a couple times, and
Who
Weathers.
Oh, Carl Weathers, right?
So this was during their audition process, and then he was sitting there, and he's like, "Well, if you could get me a real actor in here, like maybe we can do something. Like maybe if I was working with the real guy and not like his body double." And they're like, "No, this is the real guy. This is the star of the movie." He's like, "Oh." and then he comes up with the best line. He's like, "Well, maybe he'll get better." And then that was it. And they said they hired him on the spot after that because he's like, he's got the Apollo. He had the Apollo attitude.
Maybe he'll get better.
That was awesome. But like, he must have thought instantly. He just put his foot right in his mouth. Right? He's like, "Oh, the guy who wrote and is starring in this movie is the guy here," and I just shit talked him to his face.
That's so killer, right?
Whoopsie doodles. That would have been
not even like apologize or anything, just to be like, "Yeah, you might get better."
How much water did they put in like this hair and stuff like
when
that?
he did that big.
This is the only Rocky movie that has no slow motion in the fight scenes too.
Really?
It's all whatever.
There's some good ones in this one.
Yeah, there's some. This is
fuck.
This is my favorite song from Rocky. Everybody likes the Gonna Fly now, but I always like this.
Oh,
and you know what?
Fuck yeah.
I forgot.
Where my bitches is that? Where my bitches is
I
that?
was just
Where
gonna-
the fuck my bitches at?
I was just gonna say that was from the poor girl. That woman probably died from.
Oh,
like,
I know, right? Didn't that girl
poisoning.
remember in Goldeneye or Golden Chick or Golden?
Yeah, I know what you're talking.
Gold
Yeah,
Body?
she got something wrong with
Poisoned
her.
or something, yeah.
because she inhaled some of the shit or
Oh
something.
yeah.
But
look at that.
she no. But anyways, I lost what I was saying. Now we were talking about.
You said black don't crack.
I didn't. But thank you.
I was just like look at him beating up. He is Carl Weathers. Looks like he hasn't even been punched.
I know, but he's got some sore ribs, and it's harsh too. Like they look like legit.
They're in like the fight of their lives. Like
Yeah.
this turned into this if this is like a real world. It's like, oh my god, it'd be so amazing.
But like apparently too, that was another thing. The largest part of the $1 million budget, like the thing that took up the biggest single chunk,
The ring and
was actually the makeup.
Oh,
So around the eyes and like to actually make the makeup look good and stuff like that for this fight.
they are killing each other.
I know. See, this is the thing. I would watch boxing all the time if nobody blocked. Like every punch is a punch that could kill the other person.
Pure will.
Yeah.
Because he's got the heart of a champion.
That's basically what's happening too. But this is the thing too, is this is a movie without a bad guy really. Like Apollo's not a bad guy
he's
in
not.
this. He's not like he
No, not at all.
He's not like the Iceland team from
No.
Mighty Ducks where they're like, "We're gonna destroy you" or whatever. He's just like, "I'm a fighter," and he's like, "I'm doing this thing," and
Get up, Rock.
he's got his own agenda, but he's not like
not an asshole.
and he's not doing wrong by
Well, I mean,
him.
he might
or
be an
anything.
asshole, but exactly, he's not like fucking.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go kill your family if you lose.
Yeah.
If you win this fight,
Yeah.
you're dead.
Like
they become good friends.
Yeah. Yeah, they do. They become best
He's
friends.
like, holy fuck, this guy's up.
I legitimately love the story arc between 1 and 3. Like, you know, where these guys have this fight and then he goes to
Capal's
him.
like, Jesus
this is
Christ.
That's actually one of my favorite shots in the movie is that
His
shot
face?
where
Oh, I got goosebumps.
Yeah, I know. So do I, dude.
Hey!
But it's that thing where I can't keep him down. I can't keep him down. And it's wonderful. Could you imagine? Can you imagine body shots? Just body shot.
Oh,
body
that's
shot.
it. Eh? Is that the fight?
I think he's got one more round.
Oh, look, he's fucked.
Yeah.
Oh, he's like, my fucking ribs are. You would feel like a piece of ground up shit after this.
Forget about. That's my favorite part about the second movie is that it comes right from this. It's like Karate Kid 2. This is
Oh
it's like a John Avildsen thing, although he didn't direct.
Oh
Rocky
my god,
2.
here we go.
Oh, this is the fucking grossest.
Oh, this is so great.
And it's so no don't.
Ow! Ooh. You can kind of see it spray out of the thing, right?
I know, but still, even fake, it's gross. But the I never really understood.
You stop this fight, it will kill you.
Yeah, I never really understood the cutting thing. Like, I remember when I was younger, I thought he was just literally cutting his eyelid open so he could see through the new slit that they cut. But it's just to get all the hemorrhaging shit out of there. So
That's what I thought it was too, actually, so they could, like, open your eyeball up.
Because I'm sitting there, I'm like, well, what's going to happen to him when this fight's over? He's going to, like, be able to blink 2 different ways in one eye? Like...
It's like when aliens blink in the movies and it's like they blink the wrong way or whatever, just their eye, you know?
Well, it's like sometimes like,
the pupil itself does it.
Like, you know, when you go to pull up your blinds and a part of him stays down still and you're like, what the hell happened here? Ugh. Like this round is them going for just all knockout punches. It's like when you play like one of those boxing games for like Sega Genesis, and it's like if you hit these two buttons, it's like the big uppercut. It's just hitting that one over and over again.
Oh my Lord, because he said he thinks his ribs are broken.
Yeah, that's what they said. Well,
he's spitting up blood.
Yeah. In the in the like the quote unquote reality of the fight, his ribs are broken and Rocky's nose and eye are fucked up.
Yeah.
Like, and you obviously saw that, but he's actually got vision damage to his eye after this fight. Yeah, because that's a big part of the fight. That's why
there it is.
In Rocky 2, that's why they actually make him fight right-handed, because he's partially blind in his one eye.
And can it be a rematch? I don't want it. He's like, I'm not fighting you again. Fuck this.
Yeah. Well, and this was an interesting thing because, and I'm going to bring it up in a minute with with Michelle's last clip, but we were talking about a sequel. Do you think that this movie was meant to have a sequel, or do you think this was always meant to be a one-off, or at least as it was written?
Right.
Like, what do you think? Do you think that this movie, like, they planned a sequel?
I'll bet you they just had a sequel after.
Yeah, so they just worked in a sequel.
Yeah.
Because, like, this really left open a lot of things that allowed for them to be a sequel. But I don't see it either. I just think it was written in a way that they were really clever about, like stitching the two together. Because 1 and 2 are really one movie.
Yeah, they are pretty much.
And
maybe they were. Maybe he had maybe he wrote the movie and he was like, it could go to a sequel if it's popular.
Yeah. Or
it could just be a one-off.
Yeah. Yeah, and Michelle has some similar thoughts on that too. We'll listen to that in a second.
I can feel his
I know. This is good. And this was actually rewritten too. Originally, people were supposed to, well, not originally, but of one of the many drafts, the crowd was supposed to come in and carry him off.
Right.
And then he was going to see Adrian in the back, and they were like, it didn't land the way he wanted. He's like, no, it's got to happen in the ring. You don't even hear, listen. That's where you find out that he lost the fight.
Yeah.
There's not even focus on Apollo or the announcer.
Yeah. Well, because showed him just raise his arms up real quick, right?
But that's it. It's
when she said she loved him if he lost.
Probably not. That would have been he did lose. So wouldn't that have been the best?
Yeah, if he really lost.
And the winner.
That's the end of it.
Yeah. She's like, I love you, Adrian. And then and the winner, Apollo Creed. She's like, yeah, about that.
Backs off.
She's like, I'll call you.
That was a good movie, yo.
Oh man, so good.
What a fucking movie.
Yeah, so let's hear from Michelle now about what she thought about the whole sequel thing. Do you think he wrote this with a second one? Because there's so many things that just scream that he had a second one in mind, at least in his head. Yeah, because I feel like he's even if if he never planned to make one, he just wanted in his brain to have that guy's story continue, because he gave, like you said, they gave Apollo good excuses to maybe not win that fight. And then he wins it, and he says there's not going to be a rematch, and then there is a rematch.
There's a rematch. That's how, for sure. So I think, I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know, but I think it was definitely set up perfectly, but not in those cheesy ways where some movies end. And, you think the character's dead and then you see them alive and the movie ends. It wasn't set up in a cheesy way. It was just set up in if they hadn't made a second, it still would have been a beautiful movie with a cap to it.
So, yeah, that was her last thoughts. And as we were watching the credits, the credits are actually over already.
I can't even fucking believe that.
That was how quick. But
and in the credits.
Lloyd Kaufman.
And
it's actually Lloyd Kaufman,
that is
too.
So fucking awesome.
Who is, but look at how fast these credits kind of go. It's we're already through the thing. Yeah, this isn't our friends at Marvel, who it's 5,000 people in a movie.
Christ.
I mean, it takes a lot more people to make those kind of movies, don't get me wrong. So you see, it says Frank Stallone Timekeeper. I know we saw Frank Stallone as one of the there's Frank Stallone Jr., street corner singer. Frank Stallone is Sylvester Stallone's dad. He was the ring guy. Oh. Ringing the bell. Oh, I didn't get Butkus Stallone.
Stallone as it got a credit.
I like that. That's it, guys.
I do too, actually.
That is the
butt kiss.
That is the end of this movie. It was a fantastic one. Thank you all so much for joining us.
Good suggestion.
Yes, thank you so much, Michelle Shaughnessy, once again for joining us last week and then allowing us to insert you into this one today. Go check out the website, miscastcommentary.com, to see the entire will hear the entire interview. And always email us, podcast@miscastcommentary.com. Find us on Twitter at miscastpodcast. I'm at JK Finley. Todd's at miscasttodd. Instagram at miscastcommentary. All those awesome ways to find us. I got nothing else for you this time, guys. I thank you so much for joining us. Join us next week. We're going to have another great one for you. We've got some more guests underway, so you'll hear about that next week.
That's neato.
And we're excited.
We're getting there, guys. We're fucking getting there.
Yeah, exactly. We're already there? What's there?
We're getting there, baby. We're getting guests.
Yeah, I do like that.
Yeah. You see, we're getting calls.
Yeah.
People on the street.
Yeah, I got tackled because I was.
Oh, it had nothing to do with the podcast.
It was a public.
Called me a fucking asshole.
It was a public nudity arrest.
Again.
Yeah, exactly.
The cops are like, "Oh Jesus, Joe, come on."
Strike 3. Actually, more like ball 2. And that's why we get guests now.
That's right.
All right, guys. We will see you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.
This has been Miscast Commentary with your hosts, Joe Finley and Todd Murray. Executive producer, Joe Finley. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the podcast wherever you listen. Visit www.miscastcommentary.com for all news related to the podcast. Miscast Commentary is a Miscast Media production.